What up, Triple T? This is Tim. I'm back again with this knucklehead over here, my brother from another brother, Big D from Tennessee. What's going on?
What's going on, Triple T? You doing all right?
Man, if I was any better, I couldn't stand myself. Check it out, Triple T. We got a special guest with us today. Today, we got none other than Oklahoma's great, Mr. Knuckles. This guy down here.
What's going on, guys?
How you been, Knuckles?
And good. I appreciate you guys having me on tonight.
Man, I'm glad you're here. Hey, we're just gonna jump up in this. I got some questions for you, my guy.
All right. That's fair enough. Go ahead.
So you came out with this song Beast.
Okay.
And the opening scene, you had a Creek Squad hoodie on. My guy, you look just like Justin Times. What's up with
That's hilarious. I told my wife you said that. I was trying to share this to my Facebook so I could make sure people were catching up with this. I said that you said that, and she was like, "Oh, come on now." That's funny though. Yeah. So I don't know Justin. I wear a Creek Squad hoodie because I like Creek Squad stuff. So right. I actually do have a song that came out today with Roy Biggs though. So I rep Creek Squad stuff. So I don't know Justin personally, and a lot of the reason is the same reason that up until this last year, actually until my dad passed away, I haven't had any beef with any of these people or been involved in any of this drama or anything because I've never toured because I got kids and a full-time job. So I've never toured. So I've never performed at the rave. I've done shows, but I've never performed at the rave. I've never performed at a lot of these things where a lot of this beef and stuff establishes itself. So I told her you said that though. That's funny. I hope she was watching so that she saw that just now. Let me make sure I can share this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
But man, when you actually popped up there, man, I thought, man, you don't even look like the same guy in the videos and stuff.
No, sure don't.
Well, so it's funny you say that because I never really was a big beard guy. About 2.5 years ago, I guess, I grew one out for the first time, and my kids were in love with it, and everybody else was too. It was like, oh, big beard gang, oh, yeah, this and that, and then I was like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. But then my dad got sick and my dad passed away. And when my dad passed away, I actually gave my dad's speech at his funeral. And I just basically led the whole funeral. So, but I looked just like my dad. So, right. But shaved. Of course, my dad's a military man, so he's never had a beard his entire life. So I shaved the beard off for the funeral, so that my dad's family members, the older ones, when they came in, they could see him in me, basically. You know what I mean? So I just grew it back. I started growing it back in like September of this year. I just started growing it back. My kids have been egging me on about it. So I personally am not a beard guy. I like being clean shaven. I've always been a clean shaven guy, but I don't know. My kids like it. So it's become a part of my thing, I guess.
Well, since you brought your dad up, I do have some questions. How old was your dad when he passed?
Okay. So my dad was 65 years old.
Right.
So my dad's story is, and man, it's tragic, but my dad's, an American hero story. So my dad joined the military when he was 18. He did 27 years in the military, field artillery, yeah. Most of it here at Fort Sill, home artillery. He retired as a sergeant major. He went to work for the United States Post Office for 18 years. He had a cardiac arrest and was forced. He was dead for 3 minutes. I had to put him on a ventilator for 2 or 3 days in a coma. He recovered. And then he passed away in the September 10th of the next year of 2019. So we had him for some more months, but he was kind of sick that whole time. But he retired from the post office too medically. So 18 years retired. So he retired. So 45 years, he worked for the United States government.
Was he a postmaster?
No, just a carrier. Yep.
I usually know some people that's been in the army and stuff. They usually wind up being postmasters at the end there. So
no, just a mail carrier. Look, she's back. She brought me the ball back.
She's going to play. That's what
yeah. So she thinks she's a dog.
Hey, all right. So your dad was a gun bunny at 13 Bravo.
He was for a little bit, and then he was also a 13 Fox.
Fister,
fire support specialist. I think.
A Fister.
And then something else. And then later in the game, my dad was a drill sergeant, and then he worked at ANOC and BNOC. Yep. And my dad was always a teacher later in, So for certain things, even like Desert Storm, Dad didn't go to Desert Storm because he was teaching all the guys who went to Desert Storm. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it wasn't even like Dad went. Dad was just kept doing the same thing he was doing. He just more of it, basically. You know. So yeah, Dad did a lot of schoolhouse stuff there towards the end of his military career. But prior to that, Dad was places that he never really liked to talk about and things like that. You know.
Now, when was he a drill sergeant? What years?
Oh man, I couldn't tell you right off. I would have to, if my mom was on the stream, she could tell you. I don't know.
I mean, I noticed the one photo he was in his OD green. So
yeah, on the Army Brat cover, yeah,
off of that uniform, he had to be a drill sergeant.
85, I want to say 80.
Yeah,
84, 85, 86, somewhere right in there.
That sounds about right because they came out with the BDUs, the camouflage pattern, I think in 86.
Well, and he also has pictures in camo in BDU with his brown round on.
Okay.
So right in there, it's 85, 86. I know because I'm 3 or 4 in the picture that I used for that Army Brat cover.
All right, so let me ask you a question: did your pops ever take you to his barracks to mess with the privates?
Oh. Bro, so I tell my kids, like, my dad took me everywhere. Like when I was a little kid, I was camouflaged from head to toe. I mean, all day long. Like I was like their mascot basically for the battalion. You know what I mean? And we used to get to do things like I've thrown a grenade. You know what I mean? Like I've shot an M60 that was full of blanks and at troops. You know what I mean? Like, and the troops were falling down, pretending they were shot. Like it was like I wasn't the only kid that did this. Like all the kids, like this was a thing they did. Like these types of things don't happen in the military nowadays. Like, you know, it's just not.
Yeah, they do.
Well, do they? Okay. Well, I didn't think they did because I don't hear anyone talk about it.
I was
a kid.
I was a drill sergeant from 2001 to 2005 at Fort Knox, and I used to take my kids to the barracks, and they used to torture the privates as well.
Yeah. Oh man.
Now, when my old man was a drill sergeant, I went to basic training in the same barracks, the same platoon, the same battalion, and my dad was a drill sergeant 10 years prior.
Oh, wow.
Now, me and my old man look alike.
Yeah.
So on day one, in that hallway of the barracks, on the main hallway, they had it set up to where every drill sergeant that ever served in that company, they called it the Drill Sergeant Hall of Fame, and they had their pictures hanging up.
Mm-hmm.
So day one, my senior drill sergeant Jackson, I'll never forget him.
That's funny.
He comes up to me and says, "Private Fausto, I know you." No, senior drill sergeant. "Don't you lie to me, Private." No, senior drill sergeant. Every day for 4 weeks. "I know you, Private." No, senior drill sergeant. Well, lo and behold, on week 5 at 2:00 in the morning, I had CQ. And I was on the first floor. No one could ever walk down that hallway unless you were escorted by a drill sergeant. Unless you were on CQ and you had to buff it after you waxed it. So I just finished waxing. I was buffing the floor. And here come my senior drill walking by, and I go to parade rest, and lo and behold, what picture do I stop under? My old man.
Ain't God good.
He looks at me. He looks up, looks at me. He says, "That's your father, isn't it?" And I just go like this. I went. Now that was about 2:30 in the morning. At 5:30, 3 hours later, every drill sergeant battalion came to my company to pay Private Faust a visit and smoke the dog snot out of me for the next 3 weeks.
Nice. Very nice.
No, it's not. It wasn't nice. It was painful.
That's hilarious.
So when you wrote that song, Army Brat,
Yep.
that song was I loved it. Out of all the songs I reacted to, I did 4. That to me had the best message of it because it was a military song. Number 1, number 2, you paid homage to the spouses and the children of military members. A lot of people don't realize is that when soldiers go off, the moms or dads, whoever the spouse is staying home, they're the backbone of the family because they're the ones who keep the family together.
Yeah, that's a true story.
And kids, no matter what, they still need their pops.
Yeah.
Their mom's good, but there's some things mom can't teach a kid about.
Well, it's funny you say that because I always try to explain that to my wife because like my dad did tours in Korea twice, and back then you didn't take your family to Korea, so he did a 3-year straight in Korea. So I didn't see my dad for 3 years. You know what I mean? Like that's true. It's you know, like we say, like deadbeat dads is a thing, like not having a father in the home is a thing. Obviously, we had money, the bills were paid. It wasn't like, I got the right him, but it was not the same as having your dad physically in the house, like you said.
Right.
Like I remember going to, I was getting ready for a state wrestling match, and I went to the library and got a book on new moves. And mom was like, well, you can try it out on me. And I ended up like dislocating, I think her elbow or wrist. I wish she was on here. If she was on my show, she'd be popping in the stream telling you right now. But just because she wanted me to help me. And I was a little kid, but still my mom's a little person, so she got hurt trying to help me do something my dad should have been doing, simply because, matter of fact, I know exactly where he was during that time. He was at a TDY in White Sands, New Mexico. During me getting ready for that state tournament. So I don't know how long he was gone for that, like 6 weeks or something, but Dad was always gone, the military life, Pop was gone,
Now that one scene in the music video, that was the actual live footage of your mom receiving the flag.
Yeah, and there's one more shot where you can see the flag is folded sideways. So I actually so again, my dad passed away September 10th of 2019. And I released Army Brat September 10th, 2020. So on the 1 year anniversary of my dad's, I released that music video.
It had to be tough.
Well, okay. So when I recorded that footage at the funeral, and I don't know what made me do. I didn't record it. I started my phone and I handed it to my wife and was like, hold this. They're about to start folding the flag. And I just knew they were, you know what I mean? And I didn't know, I knew I wasn't going to be able, but I just wanted it. Something told me I want this footage. So I had 7.5 minutes of them folding, my dad's flag, presenting it to my mom. So when it was time to make that video, when I made the song, so it's interesting because that song I was working on a new album. I haven't made music in quite some time because I went back to full-time work. I made a decision a couple years ago to go back to full-time job or try to chase music. And I think it was the right decision, but still. So this is just me getting back into music since my dad passed away. And while I was writing Army Brat, I was going to have a feature on it. It was supposed to have a rapper named Camo Collins was going to be the second verse. I was going to do the second verse. He was an ex-military guy. So I thought it was going to be cool. But I had my that's my wife just texted me and told me the cat's going crazy in the background. Okay. So I actually went to my mom's house and I rapped the first verse to my mom just in the living room, just me and her. And she just started crying so hard. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, so this is the one then. This is the song that I need to do because I had another song I thought I was going to do for my dad. But I ended up finishing writing, doing the rest of the song myself for Army Brat for Dad. And then I asked Mom to be in so that's my mom in the video. And that's my son. The oldest one is my stepson and the youngest one is my son. I mean, they're all my sons. I don't say stepson. I'm only clarifying that for this show. I don't say that. But, and they were super happy to do it. And so then that cemetery is here by me. That's the Elgin National Cemetery here. So so then that's actual footage of them handing, that's the day they handed the flag to my mom at my dad's funeral. So that's about as real as you can get, man. Like I poured everything I had into the song, the video, the everything. I meant every word of it. You know what I mean? Like I just did. I didn't know what else to do, Sometimes music makes things better.
I thought the song was freaking awesome, man. You killed it. You knocked it out of the park. It was... Every bar was straight facts. There was no fudging it. Everything was 100% legit. And like I said, out of the 4 songs I did on you, I mean, I love The Beast. You came hard on The Beast. But that song right there just touched me personally because I've conducted many military funerals. I know. And you never forget the faces of the loved ones that you give that flag to. That is an emotional moment that they will take it to the day they die.
Yeah, I sent your reaction to my mom. She said your reaction made her cry. Like it had me tearing up watching your reaction. I was just like, wow, like this is. Man. That's what I've had. So of all my songs that I released, those are the types of reactions that mean the most to me. Like when someone messages me about Army Brat, it's normally the type of message that where I want to block out the name and share it on Facebook and be like, look at what somebody said about my music, guys, you know, to my friends and family, my close people, you know, like on something like Beast, it's like, yo, bro, you freaking killed that. That's straight fire, bro. You know, but it's not the same as something like Army Brat or one of my deeper songs. And I think that as a musician, you know, I've come to find that, hey, man, I can write music for all different situations and all different kinds of ways. You know, I don't have to be in a box if I don't want to.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this then.
okay.
Since we're talking about your dad and the song
Mhm.
Army Brat,
Absolutely.
if you had one more day with your dad, what would you say to him? What would you think he would say to you? And what would you do with him?
Well, we would go fishing. I mean, that part's easy. And we would drink some beer.
That's what I'm
I
talking
mean,
about. Right
and
there.
then you laugh at that, but it's sad because like the last 9 months of his life, he didn't drink beer because the doctor told him you can't drink beer.
Right.
And then he died anyway. You know what I mean? And we all thought he was trying to get better, and then he just had a spiral. In like a week, things were getting bad, and then he just died. I mean, I was out of town. Like I was in Houston. I work for a company in a different city than where I live, so I was there. You know, so it was tough. The longest 6 hours of my life was that drive home from Houston to Lawton, Oklahoma, knowing that my dad was dead at the other end of the drive. You know, so we go fishing. I tell him about my house. You know, I bought a home, like a big giant freaking, you know, like my dream home, basically. You know, like my wife's happy with our home. Like if that tells you anything, you know. So
Right.
big 2-story house. You know, he didn't get to see that. I don't know.
Let me ask you
I'd
this.
ask him if he's proud. You know.
Are you a man of faith?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want to give you a little bit of words of encouragement, if you don't mind.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. You see this pin? It's in my hand. Do you see this pin right here?
I see it.
Okay. We're going to say this pin represents 100 years. Okay. Now, you said your dad was 65 when he passed, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So this will be 50 years, and we're going to say right where I'm holding it from here to here, that where I'm holding right now, it's 65 years from here to here. Okay.
Gotcha.
Now, how old are you?
I'm about to be 40.
Ooh, you know, man. Okay.
Yeah, I'm old man.
So we're going to say you're right here.
Right.
Right here where the blue's at. Now, if this pin represents 100 years, and if you live another 60 years, you'll be 100, which I believe you will. Now, in the Bible, it said it took God 6 days and 6 nights to create the heaven and earth. You know how long a day to God it is to us?
Yeah, nothing. Absolutely. Yeah. There's
No,
no
no,
time. Time and space.
No.
Or 1,000 if you're going
There
off
you-
of
there
the
you
actual
go.
scripture
There
there.
you
Yeah,
go.
days 1,000.
So
I thought you
in
meant
all-
metaphorically.
no, so in all actuality, it took him 6,000 years to create the heaven and earth, right?
Sure.
All right. So now, if I took this pin, stood it on the ground of the earth, and that represents 100 years, and put another pin on top of it, that'd be 200 years, right?
Sure.
And then put another pin, be 300, and then 400, and 500, and 600, all the way up, right? You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Now,
big
if
stick.
if I did that all the way from the ground of the earth to the moon and back, how many pins do you think that would take?
A lot.
Exactly. So we're gonna call that eternity.
Yeah. So it doesn't even matter. What's one
Right.
pin?
Okay. So if this pin represents 100 years, your dad lived to here, and you're right here, and if you live another 60 years, the next time you see your dad when you get to heaven, it'll be less than a second since the last time you seen him, because our life to God is like a vapor. It's that quick. So the next time you see him, it'll be less than a second, and you'll pick up right where you left off.
You know, and it's funny because that's the type of things I hold on to. Like I always tell people, like we live in a society where everybody is super pushy about what they believe. Like it doesn't matter right, left. It doesn't matter what side you're on. It doesn't matter what your beliefs are. And I've gotten to where I have beliefs, man, and I believe them because I choose to. And I don't care what anybody else thinks, or I don't push my beliefs on anyone else. I let them be. Ask me questions and I'll answer them, but I I've got to the point, especially because in the social media age we live in, dude, you can't change someone's opinion on social media. It's just not going to happen.
No.
So
No.
and it's just a sounding ground for toughness. But no, I appreciate it. I mean, it's just tough.
So what I'm getting at is the next time that you get down, because it's, as humans, we are the most selfish species that walks the earth because we want our family and friends to be with us at all times. So what I'm getting at is the next time that you're down and out, I want you to think about this pen, okay? And one day I'm gonna mail it to you, so you can have it.
That'll be good. This specific pen.
I'm serious.
Yeah, I'll have it.
Well, actually, it's this silver.
It was
one
that
right
one
here.
I think you were holding. Yeah.
It's this one right here. If you send me your address, I'll mail it to you. And that way, every time you think about your dad, you hold on to this pen and you say, you know what, Pops, I'm gonna see you next time I see you. It's gonna be less. I'll see you in a second. That's all you gotta keep saying.
That's good.
I'll see you in a second. Okay.
That's good. I like it.
That's what gets me through those dark days whenever you lose a loved one.
Oh man, it's tough. And some days it's great, and then some days it's not.
Yeah.
And the cat's still going crazy. Look, she opened the whole door and everything behind me. No. Well, there's merch in there. That's the merch closet. So if anybody wants to buy a T-shirt or a hat, that's where they are.
That's a bad cat.
Yeah, man. She's a killer. Oh yeah, no bugs or anything get in the house, man. A spider, anything on the floor, she'd kill it. It don't matter.
All right, so you're almost 40.
Yep. I'm old, man. Old school.
Your dad just passed away a year ago. How old were you when you got into rap?
All right. So, story of Knuckles, who Knuckles is, how Knuckles became Knuckles. So, I got a tape. I hope kids don't watch your show. I got a tape for Christmas from Santa Claus. And it was the Fat Boys Coming Back Hard Again. Okay?
Oh, I remember that one.
And I'll put this in. So there's a song on there called Hell No. And it was and on the song, it's like the mom yelling at the kid, like, boy, what? Are you gonna clean your room? And they said, hell no. I said, hell no. Okay, it's right. So mom was like, oh man, Santa Claus lost his mind. You know what I mean? So I was hooked right away. Like, I loved it. So the Fat Boys, my first tape that I ever had that was a rap tape was the Fat Boys when I was 8 years old. And mom was super duper mad at Santa Claus. So we'll leave that there, just for the kids watching. But mom was not happy with Santa, but Santa knew obviously that I was supposed to be a rapper later in life. So the Fat Boys tape was my first rap tape. And after that, so we moved to Germany. So something that kind of shaped my life in a not so great way and led Knuckles to who he is right now is we moved to Germany because that's what Army brats do.
What part of Germany?
Frankfurt. So in 92 to 94, we were.
Yeah, you were over there when I was stationed over there.
Okay.
I was over in Boudingen in 93 to 97.
Okay, nice. So, they were shutting Frankfurt down. So we came home. We came home 6 months early. We were supposed to be there for 3 years. We were there for 2.5. But so when we left and went over there, I didn't know anybody. You know what I mean? I didn't know nobody. Hip hop was the thing. Right. There weren't a lot of white kids. You know what I mean? Like, there just weren't, not in my particular area of the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. I was already into hip hop. So I just started getting into fighting. I could wrestle. I was a wrestler already. They didn't have wrestling over there, so I couldn't wrestle. They didn't have any sports actually at my school except for football at the high school, which I couldn't do. I was in middle school, so they didn't have nothing for me. So I got into spray painting and stuff, and so rap music went along with that. Started trying to rap and do things like that, and that led back to when I came back here. I can remember getting over there in Germany. Excuse me. Everything was a little bit behind, like TV, the music, everything was behind in Germany as compared to the US. You know what I mean? So like we go to the PX, like I remember everyone was talking about Dr. Dre, The Chronic came out. But we had to wait. Like, and I remember like everybody was saying like the PX was advertising when it would come in. I remember I went and got it and it was a CD, and it was the first CD I had was Dr. Dre, The Chronic. I had got like a new CD player for Christmas or something. I was like 13 or something. So I was so from that time I was rapping. I mean, I've always, from that time on, I rap. We came back to the States when I was 13. I started running the streets, doing gang banging stuff, started getting in trouble, you know, smoking, drinking, doing drugs, the whole mess, you know what I mean? And hip hop music it's like sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but for a lot of us, it was sex, drugs, and hip hop, you know what I mean? So,
Oh, I know what you mean.
right. I mean,
we all been there. We can't deny it. We all been there.
No, it's a truth. So that's what it was, you know. So I've been rapping since I was a misbegotten teenage child.
Okay.
But I've been making music for the last 6 years. Since 2014, I started making music kind of seriously and doing shows, put out an EP, and was doing stuff, you know, kind of testing waters and just.
So you started late in the game. What made you decide to start around 30? What, around 34, 33 years old?
Okay, so there's some parts of the story I'm leaving out. So, okay, so me being a bad kid leads to 3 felonies at the age of 21, and 5 years in prison.
Ooh.
So that's where a lot of my time went. That you would be like doing stuff like rapping or whatever, you know. So I got out. So I got out in 2008. So I've been out for 12 years now. And when I got out, I had a fire lit under my ass, because when you miss 5 years of life, you feel like you got a lot of catching up to do.
Right.
And I had done a lot. So I blame a lot. I have a song on my new album called Sweet Addiction. And on it, it sounds like I'm talking to a girl about a girl who's wrecking my life, but I'm really talking about methamphetamines. Like, and the song is about meth. You know what I mean? So, but I'm talking to a girl, and I thought about my love for my wife when I wrote the song, but it's about meth. You just have to listen to the details I'm saying in it to catch it. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Meth ruined my life. I mean, I started doing meth when I was a kid. You know, like I said, I was 15 here in Oklahoma. Me and my kids were stealing anhydrous ammonia from farmers and stuff. Like, laws were made because of me and my friends. Let's just put it like that. You know what I mean? Like pseudoephedrine having to go behind the counters and stuff like that. Like I was a drug dealer. That's all I wanted to be, was a drug dealer. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I wanted to do. Is like, I thought that was the thing to do, is have fast money, fast cars. And then, that stuff runs out, got gun charges and, an assault, dangerous weapon. And,
I know what you mean. I've had a friend, man. He living that fast life, had that good money coming in, selling all that stuff, big nice cars and homes, and gone just like that.
Yeah. I got out of prison and I had just like, a couple pairs of underwear. It's all I owned. You know what I mean? So mom and dad helped me a little bit. I was blessed to get a good job. So while I was in prison, it's funny because and that's why I don't like to be one for like jailhouse religion. But obviously, I mean, I found God when I was locked up. I got saved, and when I got out, I got real involved in the church, and I was a youth pastor for a couple of years. Was really trying to reach the youth, and then I realized that organized church is not what I thought it was, and it's not what it was compared to the church inside the prison, because those guys in there, man, they're worshiping Jesus for the right reason. You know what I mean? They're reading the Bible because they want to. You know what I mean? Like, it's different than it was out here, and I just realized it wasn't for me. I felt like I was forcing myself to be something. But I was being very effective reaching the kids. I realized that. And it was because I wasn't bullshitting the kids. But that was what was causing some of the issues with the adults, was that, I'm a little rough around the edges. Not like I was just necessarily cussing in Sunday school or anything, but I didn't sugarcoat stuff. Right. So when I would tell them don't do drugs, I would tell them why, because I've been clean for freaking 18 years. You know what I mean? Like, so I can tell somebody don't do drugs. Listen, I did drugs for years, and here's what happened. I went to prison and it ruined my life. And just imagine how much further I would be if I hadn't missed out on 5 years of my life. You know what I mean? So, but I would not leave out the details either. So I would tell stories that are not always pretty, and, it was rough. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the best way to teach Sunday school. I don't know. I was just doing what I thought was right.
That's the best way to do it.
Well, it wasn't apparently, you know what I mean? So anyway, so I parted ways from doing stuff at church. And when I did that, another of the things that was bad was, at the time, I never stopped rapping. When I say, like, in the Beast song, I say the only white boy in the prison cipher, I would be rapping like crazy in prison. You know what I mean? And I would be the white boy, and there'd just be a bunch of black dudes that be beating on the table, be spitting ciphers. I loved it. So when I got out, I still kept rapping, but I was trying to be better. So I was rapping about that. I wasn't necessarily rapping about drug dealing and things like that. I was trying to rap about Christian type things, some more, I mean, I guess not necessarily Christian rap, but I was trying to be positive on some things.
Right.
And yet some of the people at the church were still like, because I'm in Oklahoma, obviously, we're like, oh, that rap is garbage. You need to leave that alone. And I was like, that's just as judgmental as anything else. Like, just you can't pick on a music and specific. There's bad rock and roll. There's bad country music. There's bad, you know what I mean? If you want to like pick words out, then geez, you can do that with anything. You know what I mean? Shakespeare is rough, bro. If you read it, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
So I felt some type of way about that. So I continued to make the music, and then I started hanging out with some of my cousins and stuff again that I hadn't been around in quite some time. And one whole half of my family is black. So all my cousins are. So like I grew up in the hood. My grandma lived in the worst neighborhood in Lawton, like where there was almost no white people, So I've been chased down the street before for being the white boy and had to fight and been beat up, and then just kept fighting until I kept fighting. Eventually, you just get some respect. Things are cool, whatever. You know what I mean? So I just, it is what it is that I've always rapped. I've always been the white boy. I've always wanted to rap. I've always not minded being the white boy. I've always liked proving I could rap. I've just continued that, you know what I mean? So like that continued to when I started rapping, and then me and my cousin were doing this stuff. And then me and him had a falling out. Well, he's married to my actual blood cousin. But he's a rapper. But she, my blood cousin is also black. I didn't want to make that sound like I was like just trying to claim people, but it's her husband I was rapping with. And he actually, we had a little disagreement, and then like me and her had a little disagreement. And then like, I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to keep doing music, whatever, I'm going to do me. And then like, I was like, and part of it was because I was trying to do some shit differently. Cause I have a song that has the Andy Griffith theme song in it. And I bought the beat.
Yeah, Andy. Yeah.
Right, Andy. Okay, so that beat, the Andy Griffith theme song, that whistle was never copyrighted and trademarked, never anything. So it's just public domain. That whistle's just free. So as catchy as it is, it's super well known, so it's free. So I bought a beat off someone who used it, and I got exclusive rights to the beat. I had this beat. I was like, yo, this is going to be super catchy. And he wrote a really generic verse for it, and I was real disappointed. He just didn't like it. He was like, this is lame. Trying to be country where we can't be country. And I was like, but we should, we're in Oklahoma. Why not play to that element too? You know what I mean? Whatever. So the disagreement, we fell apart, blah, blah, blah. I took his verse off. I put someone else on it. Boom, move forward. Next thing you know, I'm trying to build a lane in country rap. You know what I mean? So the next thing that I came out with was Cowboy Boots and Shorts. Yeah. And when I dropped Cowboy Boots and Shorts, it went viral on Facebook, and I got 6 million views in just a couple of weeks. Like I have screenshots where I have a reach on my page of 34 million people on a week. It was crazy. Yeah. So and it was a lot of hate. It was because a website wrote a really bad article about me. That was the same reason Andy blew up. There's a website here in Oklahoma called The Lost Ogle. Shout out to them. They hate me. And they've written several terrible articles about what a terrible artist I am and how country rap's garbage and this and that. And so, but it caused me to go viral on the Cowboy Boots and Shorts. And a lot of what I got wasn't hate. A lot of people were like, yo, this is dope. And then when I dropped Big Truck, they did the same thing. They tried to write another article. And by that time, all the response was like, yo, I don't even know why y'all are hating at this point. This is really good music that he's putting out by now. And so now it's like, at this point, when they write about me, they're just like, Knuckles is still at it, whatever. I never quit, you know what I mean? But right. So that's what happened. That's all of my fans, like where I say that I've never toured. So all of my fans have been gained from the internet, you know what I mean? Because I went viral, and that gained me some notoriety. And then I'm really good with social media, and I'm really good with computers are what I do for a living. So I'm really good with computer stuff. So that's helped me a lot with pushing my music and stuff. So
what they done is basically they helped you in the long run.
In the long run, they are the reason. And it was crazy. My wife woke me up and was like, hey, you need to wake up. Some people wrote an article about you, and it's really bad. And I looked at my phone, and I had like 12,000 notifications. And I was like, oh, like a legit, I had a video for a while of my notifications literally rolling on my phone. Like it was just rolling stream. It was the craziest thing ever. Like legit going viral was the craziest thing ever to like witness and see and be a part of. And so, yeah, so it was crazy.
Man.
So what did your parents think when you told me you were going to rap?
So when I was a kid, they hated it. Dad was constantly freaking and bless his soul, he, dad wasn't he wasn't a racist person at all. My dad, when he passed away, his best friend at the post office was black. You know what I mean? He wasn't racist at all, but he did not like rap music. He just didn't like it. It wasn't in him. It wasn't his thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Man, turn that music off. You know what I mean? All right. I got you, Pop. But as I got older and as I started doing music as an adult, and in the last few years, after Cowboy Boots and Shorts, I started blowing up, and Dad was like, well, you're doing this country rap thing or whatever, and I'm being true to my roots when I do this stuff, like this is I think that's why it started working when I came out with Cowboy Boots and Shorts, because man, in Oklahoma, it's hot, dude. I'd be at the lake in the summertime and I would have shorts on, but then I'd have to run up to the bait shop to the store or something. I just throw my cowboy boots on, you know what I mean? But I had been standing there barefoot or whatever before that. But I'd end up going around with my cowboy boots and shorts on. So that just kind of became a thing. And like a lot of people relate to it. Like, it's funny, the people who are tagging their husbands and like, oh, that's my husband right there, and I'm, old redneck thing, especially, you know what I mean? So even though it's hilarious, it was relatable enough that, the people latched onto it. So Dad was like, all right, I guess, but I really think that I wish he was around for this album, because I really think, he would have liked Army Brat. He would have liked some of my other songs.
Oh, yeah.
Song I have for my wife that I wrote that's more country. Rather Be Fishing. He for sure would have loved that. Anything on the more country side. Beast, he wouldn't have liked. He would have been like, yeah, you and your hip hop, because I found that, and I did this with my first album. Like, I wrote 4 or 5 songs that I knew my fans liked, and I wrote a couple for myself, because like I wrote Oklahoma Horror Story, which I rap really fast on, and it's like a kind of a dark horrorcore sounding beat, and it's got an animated music video and like an attic, and there's like monsters and stuff, and so yeah, but I rap my butt off, and I wanted to prove I could rap. It was my song where I'm proving I can rap. Like, I rap really fast on it, like I showcase my skills, because I do still like to showcase my skills. That's part of hip hop. I was a battle rapper too for a while, and was running an online rap battle league on Facebook that had 1 million followers. So like, I like hip hop. I like all the elements of hip hop. I like rapping. I like rap music, so. Yeah.
Tim sent me a thumbnail, said, Knuckles is going to come on live with us, right? I'm like, who the hell is Knuckles? I've never even heard of it. All new to me. He said, go check him out. So I went to your website on YouTube, and I looked down and I seen it. I seen you sitting in the boat with your boots on. I said, hell yeah, this is my guy right here. So that's how we do it right here in Tennessee, man.
That's funny. Yeah, man. Yeah. I appreciate you guys, man. I really, it's funny because I came across Tim's reaction for one of my guy Big Poe's videos, and I was just like, dude, who is this guy reacting to this video?
So you know Big Poe, because you said something about Merle Haggard and 2 Chainz. I'm like, where the hell I've heard 2 Chainz? I said, it got to be a Big Poe song. I reacted to a Big Poe song. He had 2 Chainz in there. I'm like,
that's funny. Yeah, 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz is a big rapper, a hip hop rapper. So
okay.
Yeah. So my single that came out today is with Leroy Biggs. I'm dropping a single every month this year, so that's my goal. I'm going to try to put out 3 albums, and some of the singles will be on some of these albums. But my goal is a single dropped every single month on all digital platforms, with some sort of a lyric video or official video. And then there will be 3 albums. So the song I have coming out February 15th is me featuring Cooley Booley and Big Poe. So, and it's called One of a Kind. And I just got the mixed and mastered back from Cooley Booley this last week on that. So
Big Poe was the first artist we had on the show.
Really? I didn't see that. I've never seen that. I didn't know he was on the show. I think it was the Big Dog reaction I saw. And I was just like, man. I was like, who is this guy doing these reactions? I was like, this guy looks awesome. I was like, is that a purple heart on the wall? Let me look. And so I was like, and then so like I started following him on YouTube, and then like I came across his Instagram or something, and I was like, oh, let me follow him on Instagram too. I was like, so then I've just been paying attention to stuff y'all have done since then. So when you guys reached out, I was like, well, that's cool. That I wanted to make sure you of course I wanted to send you music if you thought you might be interested. And I sent it to anyone who I think may react to something, obviously. Anything that helps spread awareness.
That's right.
It's tough for independent artists,
The thing about doing these lives and me personally, I'm old school. I grew up listening to old rock and roll, old rap, and older country music. Now these country rap and stuff, it's all new to me. So I'm learning new people. So when I react to them, I might not react to them for 2 or 3 more months because, you know, I'll discover somebody else or we have somebody else on live. So I try to do their songs. So like, you know, Leroy Biggs. I remember when Leroy only had like 800-900 subscribers on YouTube, and maybe less than that.
Right.
I see him climbing that ladder. I see him doing big things. And, you know, I've done a couple, maybe 1 or 2 on Big Poe and several other people, man. But, you know, I done went on you yesterday at Cowboys and
I watched you.
I'm like,
it was great,
man. I dig this song. I wish it was summertime because I love being outdoors, man. I love being on. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I like foxy women, man. Shoot, that's my kind of world right there. But anyway,
that's hilarious. Well, you know, it's funny. So my wife has started doing reaction videos to country rap artists.
I watched her.
Love You, Baby, specifically. Well, okay, so specifically, she does them because she doesn't know anyone. She knows nobody.
I watched her first reaction she did on John Broderick. Oh my God! I about.
Oh yeah, the Broderick. She likes it. Yeah, I love John Broderick.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I always tell people, Brodnax is my guy, bro. He's like my spirit animal. I'm always like WWJBD. What would John Brodnax do? Like, that's my guy. He doesn't even know me, but I love that dude to death, man.
So
like,
she does.
He's someone I hope to work with at some point.
So she does a reaction on songs too.
She's just started doing them. She's done 3. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. She did a Yellow Wolf one, a Big Poe song, and then a Brodnax. And then we're about to start in the new year. We're just now shifting into, that's why I was just talking before we started the show about, we may move to YouTube because we do a weekly show, Thirsty Thursdays, a live show, me and her. And then after the live show, because, you know, if we get drunk, that's about the only time she really drinks is for that show. So afterwards, she's doing these drunk reaction videos. So it's funny.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
And we're just doing, we just want to raise awareness for the whole genre. Like, I'm pulling for the genre. And that's why I always laugh, because I'm always like, yo, I have no problems with anyone. Yeah, like, I just don't, because I've never toured. So I've never beefed with any of these guys. You know what I mean? Like, right. I don't hate any of y'all. I mean, I guess if someone said something crazy to me, I would diss the crap out of them because I like that side of hip hop. Well, I mean, I guess I do have a diss track because a long time ago, I was talked to by the Average Joe's guys, and then they kind of just blew me off on some nonsense, and I was like, all right, man, whatever. So I was kind of salty about that. I probably shouldn't have dropped that shit, but whatever. No, I literally said, if anybody has a problem, respond to me, and nobody responded. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I have no problem with diss tracks, man. That's part of hip hop. Diss me. I'll diss you. I love diss tracks. You know what I mean? I think they're the best. I like battle rap, so I don't have a problem with it. I will research you. I will find out things about you so bad that I will put in the song. You'll want to fight me. You know what I mean? Like, right. Like, for real, because that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what makes the song good.
Yeah,
yeah, it's funny. So, but nah, I just, you know, like I said, I don't have any personal beef with anyone, but I would always, you know, if it came my way, I don't run from it. It's just like a fight.
You ain't care no smoke, are you?
No, I don't care. But as a genre, man, as country rap as a genre, we've got to do better. You know, there's a lot of really talented people in this genre, but there's a lot of garbage too. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is. And a lot of the people hear the garbage, and then they don't want to hear the people who are actually out here who got bars, or the people who are actually out here crafting songs. Because I look at country rap as like a two-sided thing. And that's why I like my album is like that. Because on some of the more country songs, I may not be spitting the most bars, but I may have a really good country singer on the hook. And, you know, I may be more generic on my rhymes just so it sounds more singing like, because I'm not a very good singer. Right. But I appreciate that because I like old school country music. I grew up on Johnny Cash and Waylon and Merle. I mean, Bo Cephas. I mean, that's who my mom and dad listened to. Yeah, I mean, that's who my dad listened to. So that's who my dad was a bull rider. So like, you know, I worked for a rodeo company for 5 years too, not too long ago. So like, you know, like real cowboying is in my blood. Like if you see the rodeo cover of my album, that's me on the front cover of my album. I don't know if y'all have seen the cover of my album, but that's
now when I've done that cowboy boots and shorts. Now I ain't gonna lie, man. I got respect on that beat, man. I like when somebody comes out the gate with some type of beat or comes straight out spitting some bars, whatever. Because I'm like this right here. If 30 seconds and I'm not interested, I'm moving on to something else.
It's the world
you got to catch me off the guard. You got to catch me right out the gate. You know, 30 minutes, I'm already on to something else.
Yep.
I mean, 30 seconds.
TikTok generation. Yeah. Well, let me shout out my producer, Future, then. FYU-CHUR.com. Yeah. Future. He produced entirely my new album, Whole. He produced Cowboy Boots and Shorts. He produced quite a bit off my first album. He produced everything off this one. He produced the No Handouts track I just dropped today with Leroy Biggs. pretty much everything that I have coming in the next, I don't know for how long he's going to produce it, because he's like the Wizard of Oz is what I always tell people, man. Like, I can't even really rap at all. I just walk in there and I go, yo, bro, check this out. And then next thing you know, he's got songs he's handing me. And I'm like, cool, thanks, man. Here's some money.
I'm not going to do that.
I swear he can make anyone sound good. Like and everyone always laughs at me. And I'm like, no, I promise. Like, and they're like, no, you're talented. And I'm like, okay, but that is regardless. I promise my producer can make you sound like me. I promise. Like, I'm gonna take my wife in there. I always say, it's like, I always want her to sing for me because she has a really pretty voice. And she's always like, yeah, but I'm afraid it won't sound professional. And I'm like, but he'll make it sound professional. Like,
I used to work with a guy, man. That's all he done, man. He was sing all night long at work. He kept me going. That's what got me through the work night. You know, we worked third shift. And I'd say, man, sing this song. He would sing it. I say, sing this song. He would sing it. I was like, man, you need to be out there singing. He's like, nah, I ain't got no good boy. I'm like, shit, you don't, man. Hell, I wouldn't be asking you to sing all these songs if I didn't like it.
Right. Want to hear it. But yeah, I'll tell you what, some of the most talented people I ever met in the world was in prison. I've met some people that could sing, rap, play basketball. I mean, I've met guys that could do so ungodly workouts. I mean, some of the like biggest, most swole cut people you've ever seen in your life. I mean, most talented artists. I mean, you just name a thing, man. And I've seen them, and they were all locked up. Most of them doing life sentences. You know what I mean? Right. Like, so that's just a waste, you know.
Have you ever run into them? Have you run into any of them since they've been out, or you've been out?
So I've, so this is a sad thing. So I've ran into some people that I did time with. And a lot of them have gone back to the same things, you know what I mean? Or are back in. And even some of my best friends, like my best friend who literally had my back and threw hands beside me in the penitentiary, he gets out next month. You know what I mean? He's been back in for the last 2 years, you know? So, and I've been talking to him, you know, I video chat with guys in prison. I send money to guys in prison. Like I take care of my people. If I ever go back into the ministry, cause I'm a licensed Southern Baptist minister. And I always say that if I ever go back into the ministry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into prison ministry. I got my card to become I never did anything with it, but I went through the process of getting it to become a volunteer, prison volunteer, and approved DOC prison volunteer, because I wanted to go back in and just show people that you can get out and you can stay out. But I didn't necessarily want to do it with religion. So what I wanted to do is use my computer skills to try to hold some classes to teach like basic computers to these guys. Because as soon as they get out, they send them to the unemployment office. First thing unemployment office does is stick these guys on computers. Half of them don't even know what the internet is, man. You know what I mean? Right. They've been in for 5 or 10 years. They have no idea, you know? So I felt like that's a way I could give back. It's a ministry. It's a form of ministry. Like I could volunteer my time. I can teach these guys how Google Chrome works. I can show them how to run a keyboard and a mouse. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I've often
thought about that. Well, I mean, I've often thought about that's a way I could give back. You know what I mean? Without necessarily having to get in there and just preach. I mean, there's plenty of people preaching at people in prison, man.
Right.
Not a lot of people trying to offer some skills to them or give them some real help. And that's why it's tough for these guys to get out. You know, I'm blessed, like I said, that I got out and my parents helped a little bit. And I got a job before I ever even got out. You know, I had a job lined up the day I got out, you know what I mean? And then landscaper, hard work, breaking fucking shovels, digging holes. You know what I mean? It wasn't easy, but I earned the respect of all the people there, and I just kept moving. And I moved up in that company, and then I moved on from there. And then I got an opportunity to get some schooling, and then I moved up in one company, and then I got laid off because the oil field crashed, and got some free money to go back to school from the layoff. And then I just ran with it, you know what I mean? And so here I am. I work for Fortune 200. We're the largest oil field equipment manufacturer in the world. And I have a job where up until just recently, I was in charge of about 25,000 computers. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Buddy of mine had a landscaping business. I'm telling you, we made some good money.
Oh, good money. Lie. Yeah, I mean, yeah, hard work. All day
long, we get a big subdivision. We might knock out 12 houses in that one subdivision. I mean, we rack up on some money. I ain't gonna lie.
Do it. So
we make good money, but we party hard at the end. So
yeah, that's that's the type of, you know, you got that paycheck mentality on Friday. You broke again on Sunday, but shit, it was a hard work week, you know.
Yeah, man, we ain't got no money put back in the mowers to mow yards, you know.
It's a tough old deal sometimes.
But shit, we had fun. I wouldn't change it though. Live and learn. That's all it's about.
So, would you be willing to let us play one of your songs? And
yeah, Yeah, whenever you want to play.
And you help break it down?
Yeah, for sure. What
All
song
right.
are we playing?
Oh, without a doubt. The Beast.
Okay.
While y'all getting that set up, I'm gonna get me another drink right quick.
Oh, snap.
Uh-oh.
Cup's getting dry over here.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I don't want my throat get dry.
Nope.
But anyways, I'll be right back while you getting that set up.
All right.
Okay. So while I'm setting this up, Triple T, just so y'all know, if y'all have not gone and subscribed to Knuckles, you can check him out on YouTube, Knuckles, and you can subscribe to him. Hit that like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to find me on YouTube, so it's like where you see at Knuckles Rap down there in the corner. It's at Knuckles Rap TV is my YouTube. So literally, if you just type it all one word, Knuckles Rap TV, that anywhere that brings up my YouTube normally. Because man, on YouTube, Knuckles like the cartoon character's big.
Yeah, I found that out the hard way.
Right, that's what I say. Or if you do Knuckles Country Rapper, obviously, if you just Google me, Knuckles Country Rapper, I pop up anywhere.
So it's Knuckles Rap TV.
Yeah, Knuckles Rap TV.
Okay.
What's my wife want? Oh, my wife is. Let me shout out my wife real quick before you start this, because there's something that she needs to be shouted out for, and I always forget whenever I'm in a position to shout her out. So my wife is in law school, and it's extremely hard, and I am extremely proud of her. She goes to the University of Oklahoma School of Law. So that's a huge deal. And she deserves all the credit because she still helps me keep the house going and raising the 5 kids. And she's a rapper's wife and the whole thing. And when she's done with this, hopefully she's going to pass the bar and be an attorney. So that's huge.
Heck yeah.
So
I need a good attorney.
Shout her. See, and that's why I keep telling her she says that too, because she doesn't know what kind of law she wants to do yet. And I'm like, dude, entertainment law now or cybersecurity law or something, the future is here. Like, that's where we are. That's great. So,
yes, sir. All right. So this is Knuckles' news. Well, not his latest release. The one he just got one that came out today with Leroy Biggs.
Yeah.
It's called No Handouts. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, No Handouts.
No Handouts.
Yeah.
But this one was before that one, which was you released it on what date?
Well, so this just came out. I didn't release this as a single. It's just on my album. Okay. I just did a video for it because I felt like it was a really strong song that I wanted a video for. So it's just on the album, The Rodeo. But I got, like I said, it took like 6 weeks or took like 4 weeks for the video to get made. So I made this video back before my album dropped, actually.
All right. So we're going to check out The Beast. Let's get it. Man, that ain't just in time. I don't know what is. You look just like him.
That's hilarious.
People act like hip-hop is a fucking zoo. Shit. I've been to the zoo. I've been inside the zoo. Don't watch me, better watch your mouth. Don't judge me, cause I'm from the South. I'm not a racist and I'm not a guest. Bitch, hip-hop is my fucking house. I'm home here, kick my boots off. You fuck boys don't want to shoot off, cause Knuckles known to tear the roof off. You ready? Here comes the proof. What?
All right. Now, did you write that verse because of what Nick Cannon said towards Eminem?
That's funny that you said that. So, yeah. So when I watched you break this down, so that is a thing, that I took personal, being a guest, especially. And so as a country rapper, people who don't know me, just I get called racist all the time. Surely I'm a racist, obviously I've got to be a racist Trump supporter, blah, 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 all these things before they even know me. It doesn't even matter whether it's true or not before they even know me.
Right.
So, but again, of course, like I said, most of my family is black. And like, I've actually had things happen here in town before where people have like spoke up for me in barber shops and stuff, like on my street cred. Like, it's just how I was raised. I don't see skin color, man. You're just a good dude. You're a good dude. You're not, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I didn't like that guest shit. I never have liked that. I don't like that because to me, that would be the equivalent of somebody telling a black person they can't go somewhere, like and man, I just didn't like it. So guest to me is not cool. I don't like that. That's an offensive thing to me. I belong in hip hop as much as anyone else. You know what I mean? So yeah, of course, other people have spoke on the same issue. You know, I mean, like Adam and Mises, obviously. You know what I mean? So lots of people. I mean, Eminem too, obviously, of course. I mean, it's a big thing. Which, of course, I mean, I grew up, you know, a huge Eminem fan, always. You know, so Eminem used to be the white guy who spoke for the white guys. I don't necessarily know that that's his role anymore.
No.
But he did once upon a time. My biggest thing about him was he was the person I could look up to that was saying the shit that I was thinking. You know what I mean? It's so, or the shit I wanted to say on record, but I didn't have an audience to say it to. You know what I mean? So I was just saying it to my homeboys. You know, and that's the thing. I've just always been the white boy. I'm fine with it. So, but yes, I think that guest is offensive. I think that whole movement, that's the type of bullshit we've got to let go. The same as if, you know, I mean, I just don't like it. To me, it's segregation. Now, do I absolutely pay homage to the people who made hip hop? Hell yeah. And are all of them black? Absolutely. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean anything in 2021. Why should it? Right. Like, geez, I mean, you know, like I just don't think that in 2021 that should be a thing. So I think that was a real offensive thing, you know. So, and it's the same as if like I'm a rapper I'm never gonna say the N-word in any of my music. That's just offensive, and there's no reason for me to do that. I don't need to be that controversial. I don't care if people do. You know what I mean? Right. I've never have I with my homeboys growing up and stuff. Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Because they called me that, and I'm, you know, they're all black, and that's just how it was. You know what I mean? But you know, you reach the point when you're grown where there's certain things you don't need to say. I try not to say offensive terms to other groups either. You know what I mean? Right. Like I try and like something like even like retard is a word that I have tried to catch myself because I still use it, but I shouldn't. And my cousin has Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, and autism. Like he should have died when he was a kid, and he's a grown man now. He still can't speak. You know what I mean? Can't say a single word. So like I understand. Like I'm one of those people who should be like, oh, don't do that. There's people who are, but I think we're just too sensitive. You know what I mean? But there's certain things that it's like, I don't need to say it. It's the same as like cursing. I don't curse in my raps unless it's a specific reason I'm saying it. You know what I mean? Like I think that, and I think that in a lot of hip hop, black people hip hop, that I think that they say that word, the N-word, too much as filler and stuff, to be perfectly honest with you. You know what I mean? And I think that takes away from a lot of their rap music. They could be better artists if they would use different words.
Right.
You know, so actually it's almost a turn off if you hear it.
Yeah. And it has been to me too, because, and that's something that I've had to deal with now that I have kids, is one of the reasons why it's like, oh, I'm never going to say it. Like, okay, Adam can say it and be controversial, and that's fine. And it served a purpose and it did its thing. I'm not going to, there's no reason for me. It doesn't gain anything. And I don't even like when my friends come over, because I still have a crap ton of fucking black friends, and all my cousins are still black. Right. When they come over, like, any of them that say that word too much, I'm like, yo, shut that shit up, because my kids are going to start saying it. And then when they get in trouble at school for saying it to one of their friends, and they don't understand why their friends are like, yo, you can't say this word. And like, well, yo, but my dad and his friends are over here, you know? So it's just become one of those, like, it's a hot button thing. So like, even my friends, you know, like we try to just be the same as we don't say curse words around the kids. You know what I mean?
You know, I know it used to be a thing. People used to say it all the time, but you know, it's never going to go to rest if they don't, people don't quit saying it. Well, I mean not only white people. I mean,
no, I totally get it too.
Saying it too, because as long as they keep saying it, everybody's gonna keep hearing it.
Well, yeah, there's always two sides of the issue. I mean, that's the thing. There's always two sides of the issue.
I mean, if you want something to rest, you just got to quit talking about it. It'll finally go to rest. You know, it's like beating a dead horse while it's down. I mean, good Lord, you want people to quit saying it, but y'all won't quit saying it. You know.
I mean, there's some truth to it.
And I grew up close to the housing projects. We all used to play football together, and shit, I got the shit beat out of me. And we fight, but shit, 30 minutes later, we all back friends again. But we all had them high tempers, and we always had to get at. We had to fight somebody, just get everything off of us. And once you got it off, hey, we back friends, shaking hands. Hey.
My wife said my daughter's upstairs calling me out because she says that I curse.
Now, I do watch about cursing. I do try to watch myself.
Well, even like when we do our Thirsty Thursday show, we've started doing this thing. I bought this game at the Dollar Tree or one of the I guess not Dollar Tree, some dollar store, and it's like Plinko. You remember Plinko from like Price is Right? Yeah. But it's called Drinko, and it has shot glasses at the bottom.
Yeah, I've seen those.
So you drop the little thing. Yeah, so we do it if we curse while we're on the live stream. we get called out for it in the comments. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen y'all do that.
Yeah. So we do the thing. So we've been trying to, like I said, you just reach the point. And this is where it's funny. So I said this where I was like, I used to feel like Eminem spoke for me. I said this one day. I was like, I really feel like I grew up when I found it was harder for me to connect to Eminem's music. You know what I mean? Like, it just was like, he's still the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest rapper ever. I mean, the greatest technical MC that ever touched a mic. Right. But I'm just like, it's hard for me to connect to the things, and that's why I said I'm more into country rap. It's just been, because 5 years ago, bro, I didn't listen to country rap at all. I thought country rap was garbage. Like in my song, where I diss all of hip hop or whatever at the time, because hip hop was the term everyone was using 5 years ago. It wasn't even really country rap was popular. I list some people that were good at the time that I thought, Church, Yellow Wolf. I mean, I list some names of people, Moccasin Creek, some people that I liked, but I thought a lot of people were just garbage. They're just talking, not even, no effort. It just wasn't a thing. Where now there's a lot of people in country rap that are rapping their butts off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really happy to be a part of the genre now. And I'm really happy to see, I think 2021 is going to be big overall for the genre.
Oh yeah.
And I've heard, I mean, when I got, actually, I guess I probably have listened to country rap, but I didn't really know what they called it back then. I thought it was just rap to me because I didn't know that. Because like I said, I'm old school. I listen to all this old shit. But I dig the country rap because I'm from the country, and when they sing certain songs, I'm like, hell yeah, I remember doing that shit back in the days when I was kids and all that, And but since I started doing these reactions last year, that's how I discovered Upchurch, Jelly Roll, and Mises and all them. I'm like, okay, now I see where they get the country rap at, but they call it rap, country rap. I don't know what they call it. I call it country rap to me, but but I dig their music, man, and I like, because this country nowadays, I can't get into it, man.
Well, and so this is some shit. So okay, so I'm a big Koe Wetzel fan. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know who Koe Wetzel is. If you don't, you should check Koe Wetzel out, because he's a country singer, but he's like an outlaw country singer. You know what I mean? And he's just dropped an album recently. And he's one of the few that's on a label that's still singing some real country outlaw type shit that Merle or Johnny or someone would sing. Most of the stuff on the radio, I cannot connect with in country music. Right. But country rappers are all saying the shit that Johnny and Merle and them used to say. They're the ones talking about drug addictions now. They're the ones talking about bad relationships now. They're the ones talking about the shit that used to be relatable in country music. You know what I mean? Right. Like, and real country now is just pop. They're just WAP basically.
I think country back then. I think when they sung country music back then, they told a story.
Oh, they did. The best storytellers, Marty Robbins.
Yeah, I don't even think they even got a story. I think they just talk about drinking, married, divorced, and spending money and driving big trucks, jacked up, and that's about it. Girls with big booties, I guess. Well, that's about every one of them you hear.
It's less than that, because I mean, you're in Tennessee, so there's about 5 people writing all of those songs that the country singers in Nashville.
Yeah, they all start to sound the same. I'm like, good Lord, that sounds like somebody else I heard sing that song. But you just changed the words around a little bit.
Yep.
I mean, I know I drink. I like big booties and all that, but shit, I mean, I can listen to it so much,
Yeah, it's like you said, where's the substance?
Big booty ho!
Oh.
Make that thing top on a handstand is what I'm talking
about. All right, we're gonna get back at it.
That's hilarious.
Damn, get me in trouble over here.
All right.
Magical beats, I go Hannibal, eat like a cannibal, speed like a cannonball, beating down castle walls, feast during famine, I'll feast on an animal. Where's the pressure? I do fine, truth to tell in due time. I work hard, I do grind, I'm spit polished, shoe shine.
People act like Knuckles is a fucking joke. Do I look like a clown to you? Am I fucking juggling up here?
That's me juggling.
Yeah, that's what I thought that was funny. I thought it was funny that you put that bar in there. I'm like, okay, you think I'm a clown? When you actually did a video, because that's from Andy, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. And that's the first video that blew me up. That was the first music video I made. The girls in it were just barely 18, and they were the only girls that were willing to come out at 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning to shoot that music video, because I have bucking bulls, tame bucking bulls that my rodeo company used in our shows. That morning, that was the only morning I could get the bucking bulls, and the bucking bulls were the most important thing. So any girls that were willing to come were coming. They were the only girls that would come. So I caught a lot of flack because everyone was like, "I got these young girls. They're not pretty enough. like, you know, they're calling them fat, whatever. Like people just tear everybody apart. It was just terrible.
Right.
So yeah. So that's me in the first video, Andy, and I'm sitting on the back of a bucking bull right there, dressed as a clown juggling. So yeah, I wrote that bar because, I mean, I was trying to be entertaining. Like nobody else in Oklahoma had dropped any shit like that at that time. Nobody was dropping music videos with bucking bulls and rodeo clowns and shit in it. You know what I mean? So I was just trying to do something different. I was trying to be true to Oklahoma and be original. And so yeah, I wrote that bar because I caught a lot of hate for it, obviously. You know,
Right.
So, and then I actually pulled the clip when I was getting the music video made. I told my videographer, I was like, hey, actually, let me pull this clip out of this old music video and send it over to you so you can mix it in when I say this bar.
I thought it was dope. I thought it was a perfect thing to do.
Yeah.
It don't matter what you do, man, what kind of song you put out. Somebody's going to hate on it.
Oh,
I don't
absolutely.
care what it is, man.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got people hate on a song before the song even drops. I'm like, how does this song got 1 or 2 dislikes on it and the song ain't even started playing yet? It ain't even come out yet. Nobody's never heard it. So
I always say that too. There's people waiting right now for me to drop my next music video.
You start doing a countdown, I hit
so they can thumbs it down, right? Yep, that's
right.
God.
You're absolutely right. All right, let's get it.
All right.
Don't watch me, better watch your mouth. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, 'cause I'm from the South. Bitch, hip hop is my fucking house. Bitch, hip hop is my fucking house. A labor above, I was raised here. Earn my stripes to stay here. Killed anything I came near. The reason we don't play here. Yeah, and I run with wolves. Get stomped out if you run with bulls. Make smart moves, don't run with fools. So I may make you uncomfortable. I feel wonderful. What you want to do? I can make dark skies from a sunny view. I can bring 45s just to 22s. Have your family crying all in front of pews. Not the first time I've been on the news. Wanna walk a mile? Put on my shoes. Like I said before, I done paid my dues. So it's life or death, and you can choose.
That right there was hard. I ain't gonna lie. I like how you daggone basically was just telling people, look, don't judge a book by a cover until you walk a mile in a man's shoes. And that is a true 100% statement right there.
Well, and that's the toughest part of being a country rapper is that you get it from both sides. Like, you know, the hate comes from both sides.
Yep.
I definitely like the background. I like the tombstone now. I agree.
Yeah, that mural.
Holiday and all that.
Yeah, that's a cool mural.
I like there's old Doc in the back.
People act like they're fucking invincible. Walking around like immortals. Like they can't be seen or touched. That breath you're breathing might not be your last, but it might.
Labor of love, I was raised here. Killed anything I came near. Like I said before, I done paid my dues, so it's like for death, and you can choose. Before you come talking all that noise, better make sure you have all the facts, boy. My first tape was the Fat Boys. Roll with convicts, not frat boys. Only white boy in the prison cycle. Didn't matter, I would get it hyper. Get to spitting fire in a pit of vipers. Shit, you not better get a diaper. Cause you piss yourself, wet your britches. 5 years behind them fences. I'm not a killer, but I'm not defenseless. God as my witness, I'll knock you senseless. I don't walk the yard and I don't march the trenches. I'm not a dog, so I don't fuck with bitches. You can write it down or even take some pictures at Knuckles Rap if you have any questions.
Woo, boy, you came out some hard notes right there, son.
Thank you.
Man, I loved it.
Appreciate
That was straight fire. I mean, you just basically just flexing on them, just letting them know, look, don't get it twisted. Because if you do, well, that's your ass, Mr. Postman.
That is the point of this song. Is this is my flex song on this album.
Well, you definitely did that.
I was sitting here listening to your voice and stuff. I don't know. I follow this guy. He come out with one song, and I think it's the only song he's gonna do, and that's Heavy Country. I think it's Heavy Duty Country. He come out with one song talking politics and stuff, and I said, man, he sounds just almost like it.
Really?
Anyways, that's not a bad thing because I dig his show, but you know he talks politics. I know a lot of people don't like getting in politics, but anyways.
Wait, the Heavy Duty Country, the guy from Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I watch him
like,
sometimes.
man,
Yeah, he's funny. I didn't know he did any music.
He came out with one song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one song, and I think Adam Calhoun inspired him to do that. And
yeah, I see sometimes he'll post something about Adam on his show. Sometimes I see.
And
yeah.
I'm saying, there, man, it's almost. They almost sound I'm not saying you sound identical, but it's almost kind of like that same got that same vibe or something. That's basically what I'm trying to say, I guess. Not
That's
gonna make
cool.
no sense, but
It's all good. Yeah, I like him. His videos are funny.
Don't judge me, cause I'm from the South, bitch. Bitch, hip hop was my fucking house, bitch. Bitch, hip hop was my fucking house. Labor of love, I was raised here. Killed anything I came near. Like I said before, I done paid my dues. So it's like we're dead, and you can choose.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's Beast by Knuckles.
hell
That
yeah.
song is fire.
Yep. And
I
you can
love
see just there in the corner for a second was the official lyric video for No Handouts. Just came out today.
That's the one with you and Leroy Biggs. On it?
Yeah. That's me and Leroy.
Check that out, man. I actually, I think Upchurch has dropped a song today, and y'all dropped one, and
Yeah, I
think
think
the message
so.
dropped
Upchurch,
one.
yeah, I haven't had a chance to. I saw it leaked or he dropped it. I saw someone said it leaked. I haven't been active on social media in the last hour or two, except posting stuff to get ready for this.
Right.
But I saw something about that earlier too. Somebody said something about it.
Yeah.
I heard a little clip on IG about it. It's like it's gonna be pretty banger, but you know, I haven't had a chance neither. I get some damn many notifications and stuff. Everybody's doing this and that, and
Yep.
I don't have time to check them all. If I do that, I won't ever get nothing done.
Yep.
But,
So out of your rodeo album, what is your favorite song on there?
Oh, Beast.
Beast.
Yeah. I like the rap. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, several of my other songs on there are more country, like Rather Be Fishing or If I Didn't Have You, Belt Buckle Shine Bright. I guess I like that Belt Buckle Shine Bright a lot. I like to rap, you know, I like
Right.
more aggressive rap stuff, but some of the songs like Sweet Addiction, my producer, cause I was going to write, well, after I said, I decided Army Brat was the song I was going to do for my dad. Then I had another song I was going to do that I pulled off the album. And then my producer was like, well, you should do a song that will relate to people. Like what about like addiction? You've never done an addiction song or anything. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll do Sweet Addiction. You know, so my producer convinced me to do that one. And then If I Didn't Have You, that's for my wife. I wrote that song for her. And then intro, outro, I don't know. Beast is just it for me on this album. I mean, there's several other good songs on the album. Don't get me wrong. But I like hip hop. So
how long you been putting out music? I didn't scroll all the way down your page.
So 2014 is when I've been putting out music.
Okay.
Like professionally, like trying to do this to try to make some money off of it. To, you know, I've put a lot of money into my music as far as buying music videos and paying for production. And, you know,
Now, the one I reacted to, I haven't checked out the other ones yet. Cowboy Boots and Shorts. Like it had like 306,000 views. That's not too shabby.
Yeah. I have a few million views and streams across all the platforms. Like I said, Cowboy Boots and Shorts obviously is my biggest song. Like I said, it did 6 million on Facebook. On my old page, and then it's I don't know 300.
It seems like a lot of people get more views on Facebook.
Yeah, it's easier to get more views. Well, because of the nature of it. Like I said, it went viral. Like I got those 6 million views in 2 weeks, like literally. You know what I mean? So it had 25,000 likes and like 20,000 comments, and I mean it was a cool deal. You know what I mean? Like I said, it was cool.
Right.
But I lost that page, and I had to work my way back up.
Because you're not the only one said that. Even you, Breeden, said they get a lot of big numbers on Facebook, but they're not getting, you know, back when we first discovered you, Breeden, he wasn't getting that much on YouTube. He was trying to figure out why he wasn't getting that many on YouTube.
Yeah, it's tough to get people to YouTube. I mean, my YouTube, I only have like 3,000 subscribers, you know.
I know, you got like over almost 11,000 on Instagram, but you only got 3,000 on YouTube. And I was like, well, I don't understand this.
I have 200,000 on Facebook. Like I'm verified with 200,000 followers on Facebook, and I lost a verified page. I've been verified twice on Facebook. My first one was I had 500,000 followers, and I lost it because I was posting clickbait articles. And when Trump first got elected, they were cracking down on fake news like crazy and any kind of clickbait articles. And all of that, like just mad, anything like that. They were just ripping pages to pieces, man. They were just knocking anything down. And I mean, I can't lie, like, because I was posting clickbait articles, like, and that's crap, you know what I mean? But I also made $18,000 in like 5 months off Facebook, you know what I mean? So it was cool. Like, I mean, like it was, and I posted like 4 articles a day. Like, that was it. Like, you know, I had a big following, so it was really easy. But it's spammy, and it wasn't the greatest thing. But I was trying to I got laid off from my job. I was trying to find a way to feed my family. It wasn't like I was a famous rapper or anything. I just happened to have a big Facebook page. I'd gone viral a couple times, and I also knew how to post memes and stuff like that. I'm really good at just social media because I know how computers work.
Right.
So all of that together led to me having a really big Facebook page that I was using for money, and then they took it away from me, and I had to start back to zero. So I'm back to 200,000, just a little over. I think like two.
There's been a lot of people doing that today because here the past few days I've been scrolling up every other thing's about Trump this, Trump that, Trump. I'm like, good Lord. I see more in the past few days than I have in the 4 years.
And clickbait, it's like the clickbait articles now don't work the same way as it was before. Like Facebook's cleaned up a lot of like spam sites and stuff like that. So you can't even do that. Like the company I was working with was out of like Czechoslovakia or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I just posted an article and it would be look at these 10 amazing beauty tips for your hair. It's like, whatever. But I'd make $22 for posting that article. You know what I mean? Like, so it was like, why could I say no? Like I said, I just got laid off. Yeah, $22. I was feeding kids with that. So
now when did you get into cameos? Because you do cameos too.
Okay, so Cameo, yeah. So and that's why I say this time, like I've earned this page, like 200,000 followers on Facebook. I've built this up. This is like fans, like memeing country stuff. Like this is all good stuff. I've worked my way up to where I'm known enough to be verified again. They verified me this time on their own because I earned it or whatever. But yeah, so I do Cameo, which is just cameo.com, and you can just look for Knuckles. But yeah, I just do for $20, I do acapella rap. And so like people will buy like birthday raps, and you can go look at them. Like they are all on there. You can see all the past ones I've done. Like I feel like I do a good job because I write like a good 12 or 16 bar verse. And it may not be all like always like super intensive on the rhymes, but I'm very personal with whatever little information they give me for $20. You know what I mean? So like it's cool. So I've sold quite a bit. I'm pretty popular on there. So especially for I guess a country rapper on Cameo. But yeah, so I'm on Cameo. So that's kind of we know you on Facebook, you on
YouTube.
I mean, I'm on Twitter, and I don't use Twitter for hardly anything. I gave up on Twitter a long time ago because it's crazy how Twitter. I've worked up to like 20,000 followers on Twitter, and it's just from sharing memes and just over the years, it's just different things. But you could post something and it goes nowhere. You know what I mean? Like unless it's again like it's a viral thing, like Facebook, where I post music on my YouTube, even with 3,000 followers, and that's all I've got. I know I'm going to do numbers on my YouTube videos. They're going to start getting shared, just everything. But even with huge numbers on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and everything, it still doesn't equal a big reach a lot of times. You know what I mean?
What about do you have a TikTok page? I know a lot of people.
No, I don't do TikTok. No,
I have got to watch them. I'm like, damn, some of these videos pretty good. They had to spend a lot of time putting them damn things together.
Okay, but what I have had, so the other day someone sent me a video where a guy was trying to bulldog a steer. They were working some steers out in the pasture, and his steer was just wearing his ass out on the ground. And it was a TikTok, and they were playing Cowboy Boots and Shorts. Like Cowboy Boots and Shorts was the song being used for the TikTok. Right. So it had 100,000 views. So I get paid for that because like they used my music as the TikTok video, you know what I mean? So like in any of our music. So like when you see people dancing to TikToks and stuff, like that's why Drake made that one song Tootsie Slide. I don't know if you keep up with actual hip hop music, but Drake made this really stupid song called Tootsie Slide. It was the stupidest song on earth, but it was literally like telling you how to do a stupid little dance, but it did like 1 billion views in a week on TikTok. Well, he got paid for all that. You know what I mean? So it was marketing. It was purely for TikTok, 100%. It was for.
I watch some of them, man, and they show how they break it down, how they go through it, making video. I'm like, good God, you spend a half a day doing that shit. Apparently they're making money off of it, I guess. So
yeah, I mean, you can make money there. So yeah, I mean, I just didn't get into TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I don't have Snapchat. Mostly right now, I'm focused on pushing my Instagram because my Facebook is big. So, and I'm always trying to grow my YouTube. It's just so hard to grow YouTube,
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
Because now your Instagram, you can link it up to your Facebook, whatever you show, post on Instagram, to your Facebook. So you kind of managing two things at one, doing one thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm growing my Instagram well. I mean, it's in proportion. It's growing okay. And I'm getting good, I'm getting some good followers and good activity from my Instagram. It's good, so, but like I said, Facebook is just where I get the most activity. Anything I post on Facebook, I get 1,000 views. Like literally I can just go wash the dishes and I'll get 1,000 views, like whatever. So just that's the nature of having so many followers on that page. You know what I mean? So
now I'm not trying to change the subject. New Breed dropped a new song last night. I just seen, man, I didn't want to just take a screenshot of their YouTube, their song, the front of the page of the song they come out with. So I took some pictures, took some screenshots of the video, through the video, took like 4 or 5 of them, put together, had a New Breed and his dad and Jesse and some other guy playing the harmonica. And I kind of cropped it a bit. I kind of suck at that shit. But I posted it, man. He reshared it and shit. I got up this morning, had like 1,200 something views on it. I'm like, damn. Yeah.
That's
just something I throw together quick, just wrote a little something with it. Hey, send it to him. So
yeah, that's hilarious.
I just wanted to help get their music out there a little bit more. So
absolutely. No, and I appreciate people like you who do.
Would you be willing to let us play Sweet Addiction so you can break that down for us?
Yeah. You can pull it up on my YouTube channel.
Oh, I already got it up.
Okay. I figured you probably did. Yeah, both of my full albums are on YouTube and really nice playlists. So for anyone who doesn't have music services, you can go on YouTube and listen to my music for free.
Like, yeah.
And it looks just like this. See, look how nice that is. Like I made a nice little visualizer for all of them for both of my albums.
Yeah, if I was that good making something like I'd be all right.
All right. So do you want to give a little backstory on this before we play it?
So I started doing meth when I was 15, before methamphetamines were a pandemic that spread across the nation. And I didn't know what it was going to do to me. And since then, I've watched it as everybody in America knows it destroyed the nation's Midwest, you know what I mean? All the way to the South. Like, I mean, it's just a terrible thing, especially in the lower income trailer park area. I lived in a trailer park. So lower income areas like trailer parks and urban, like low income urban and low income rural areas. So meth, man, has been, it's all over. Like, yeah, and it's brutal. So yeah, it ruined my life. It's what led me to stupid decisions and led me to go to prison. So, but I've been clean, like I said, so 18 years now. Yeah.
But sometimes you have to go. I always say there's two paths in life. You can take the hard right over the easy wrong. You were on the hard right, and then you went to the easy wrong. Now you're back on the hard right. But sometimes we have to take that easy wrong so we can have our testimony.
Yeah, I liked it. I know I wouldn't be as strong if I hadn't been through what I've been through, obviously.
Exactly.
So again, but I wrote it thinking about how much I love my wife. So the song is really deep and like loving, sort of.
Okay. Well, here we go with Sweet Addiction. Oh, come on, YouTube.
The internet strikes.
Man.
I told you you're my favorite sin.
I swear, every time we play.
Can we get you underneath my...
What's the matter, baby? Tell me how your day has been. Let me hold you. I told you you're my favorite sin. I know you. Can't wait to get you underneath my skin. It's so true. You're my only source of wonderment. What would I do if you ever up and left my life? I couldn't focus, so I know that this has to be right.
I don't know for a second.
Notice me passing the pipe, goddess of magical light. No, but this has to be right. Goddess is that. Well, if I'm dreaming, don't wake me. Let me stay asleep.
I'm gonna download it and then reload it.
Okay.
It's buffering way too much.
Yeah, it was.
I think it depends on what you pull it off of.
Oh, I pulled it straight off of YouTube.
Oh, didn't download it?
No,
No,
I didn't download the first one. The first one played perfectly.
Oh, okay. You know more about it than I do. I tell you, I don't know when it comes to phones and computers. I don't know much. You can give your phone to a 10-year-old man; he tell you everything about it.
You're not wrong.
I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, I've been working on that thing all day. You figured it out in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, that's for sure. I've had to hide stuff from my kids. They're just
So you
like,
said you're gonna try to drop a song once a month?
So yeah, I'm gonna try to drop a single, a digital single every month. So like I said, this month is me and Leroy. Next month is me, Cooley Bully, and Big Poe. It's called One of a Kind. It's really cool. I rap my verse. I rap double time, like really, really fast. So it's cool.
I've seen some people in the comments, man, say they would subscribe to your channel. Yeah, if y'all dig Knuckles here, man, love his music, man, go over and check him out.
Yeah,
his channel.
I did see that.
Smash that like button, drop a comment.
And my wife always does that when she's drunk on her reaction videos, and she's like, "I love doing this part. Smash that subscribe button." She's so funny.
I had to watch about doing all that, get drinking stuff. I might say some things.
Oh, I can edit her stuff, so I don't.
But yeah, I get a little carried away sometimes.
Well,
So,
I normally
yeah,
would be drinking, but I have a big hole in my mouth, and I'm on antibiotics and medication, so I didn't want to.
So have you lived in Oklahoma all your life?
Most of it. I also lived in Dallas as an adult, and I lived in Germany for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
How old were you when you were in Germany?
I was 11 to 13.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of formative years there.
Man, this thing is taking forever to download.
Yeah, your internet must be buffering good, huh?
Yeah.
That's the nature of it. That's what my wife was laughing. She just texted me and said the struggles. Because I swear every Thursday before we go live, it's like the internet just acts up. Just any other time, the internet's fine. But right before we're gonna do our live show, every single time.
There we go.
I got good internet here, but my problem is when I go live, my son wants to do he does that gaming online or whatever.
Oh yeah, that'll burn up.
I bought him like 3 monitors and everything. He's got his Xbox going, his computer going, and I don't know, he's talking to these people over here and he's ranting and raving, playing some kind of game, and man, it just sucks my internet down. I'm like, good God, he's overriding me.
Yep. All right. We got it now.
All right.
We got it now.
Now, what channel y'all say y'all do y'all's reaction on? What is it, yours or your wife?
Yeah. My wife's reactions are on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah. You just go into the all videos section.
It's called Kitten's Corner, right?
Kitten's Corner. Oh yeah, actually, I might have given her a section. So way at the bottom of the front page, there might be a section for her.
Kitten's you moved her way down at the bottom, huh?
Yeah, she's at the bottom. I even have a disclaimer. I put a disclaimer at the front of because like for real, because like I put a reaction video disclaimer that was like, yo, all these opinions are my wife's. So if she said your video sucks, you know what I mean? Yeah, I was like, don't hold it against me if she says your video.
Oh, it's funny. You gotta watch. I'm telling you,
I gotta watch.
Hysterical.
Yeah, she's good. But we just want to bring some awareness to to the whole genre.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Here we go. Now, why the heck's it buffering again? I just downloaded it.
I told you you're my favorite.
Can't wait to get you underneath my...
What's the matter, baby? Tell me how your day has been. Let me hold you. I told you you're my favorite sin. I know you. Can't wait to get you underneath my skin. It's so true. You're my only source of wonderment. What would I do if you ever up and left my life? I couldn't focus, so I know that this has to be right. Notice me passing the pipe, goddess of magical light. No, but this has to be right. God, is this actually life? Well, if I'm dreaming, don't wake me, let me stay asleep. Just kidding. It's been days since I've been to sleep. I don't eat. You're all I sit and think about. Our relationship's one-sided, but we play it out. I say it loud and proud, I need you. I literally breathe you in and bleed you.
Oh my God, boy, you speaking straight facts about that right there. I mean, talking about not being able to eat, staying up all late at night for days. And that's what that drug does to you. I mean,
absolutely.
You could stay up for a week.
But at the same time, that's what being in love with your old lady can do to you too,
Yeah.
So it's
like a double tantra.
Yeah, that's why telling the story, it kind of sounds like I'm talking about a girl. So
but until you said I want to hit that pipe.
Yeah, that's why I said there's a few lines in there that you can.
I'm like, oh wait a minute, that okay, I got you. Come on, YouTube.
I can't leave you, even if it's see-through. I can't see the truth, so I believe you. She's so sweet and so seductive. When she's with me, I'm so productive. When she leaves me, I'm overcome with such a hopeless lust that loving her is my only function. I'm at a junction, crossroads. I must make a decision. Been lost since I tasted addiction. Now I'm facing the friction. Don't know if I make it the distance, but I know that I'll take the prescription. What's the matter, baby? Something doesn't feel the same. Our love was wonderful, but now it's only filled with pain. I can't let go. The echoes still fill my brain. I'm numb. It's like I'm shooting Novocaine. I know I'm insane and crazy, these feelings of lust. It'll never be the same, the feelings of trust. I know it's gone, but I want it back. Silly old dust. Really, I want to fix it, but know that it's broken too much. I don't know how I'll live my life without you. I literally might die tonight without you. I just want to tell the whole world about you and shout how the whole damn world should doubt you, and how you left me broken like a piece of glass and treated me like nothing, just a piece of trash, like all you ever wanted was a piece of ass. I'm free from your clutches, I have peace at last. She's so sweet and so seductive. When she's with me, I'm so productive. When she leaves me, I'm overcome with such a hopeless lust that loving her is my only function. I'm at a junction, crossroads. I must make a decision. Been lost since I tasted addiction. Now I'm facing the friction. Don't know if I make it the distance, but I know that I'll take the prescription. I'm at a junction, crossroads. I must make a decision. Been lost since I tasted addiction. Now I'm facing the friction. Don't know if I make it the distance, but I know that I'll take the prescription.
Now, who's that on the horse?
That's me.
Is that you?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. On the cover of the rodeo there, that's me. And that's from a rodeo.
I can see where that song could be misleading. It does sound like you're singing to a woman, but at the same time, you're basically telling the drug that you can't live with her and you can't live without her.
Oh, she was my girlfriend at the time. During that time period, so
that's tough.
Yeah,
that's real tough. And you said you started at 15?
Yep, I started doing meth when I was 15.
So how did you? Okay,
so my best friend's older brother had a connection. His girlfriend's dad was a meth cook,
right?
So he had a connection. His older brother was 6 years older than us, so he was a young adult, and his girlfriend's dad was a meth cook, so he had a good connection. And he was doing some at the house, and he didn't want to do it by himself. And he asked his brother if he wanted to do any. And my friend Chris was like, no. He was like, but I bet Knuckles might. Let me see what's up. And so he hit me up, and I was like, yeah, I don't know anything about it, but I'll come try it. I mean, I'd smoked weed, and I was smoking weed and stuff by that time. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. Like I said, it wasn't an epidemic. I didn't know yet. The meth epidemic hadn't destroyed America. Like, I didn't know, I mean, I just thought I was just doing a drug. It's cool. I do drugs. I'm a teenager, right? I'm a teenager who does drugs. I'm trying a drug, so went over there and we smoked some in a glass pipe, and I was super high. I mean, super high, giraffe balls, you know what I mean? And then, like I said, it just carried on from there. I had a connection because I knew Dave. So at school, in high school, I had a connection to get large quantities of meth, and people were just starting to try it and do it. And girls were learning that it made them skinny. And that made it very popular with them. So I started selling it, and then went from that to cooking it. And then, like I said, went from that to prison. So it was a short, quick, I mean, it just Breaking Bad, but not nearly as cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
would you be willing to allow us to bring the subs up into the actual stream and actually ask you questions one-on-one?
Oh yeah, I don't care. Come on. I didn't know we were doing that, but we're good.
Oh man, we like to try to show love, ask you some questions.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Absolutely.
It's kind of hard to read the comments and ask you because it's get reading comments trying to ask you what they're saying and for you to their comments.
Yeah, so. That's why I have my wife's always looking when we do our live show. She has her Facebook up on her phone so she can read the comments. That's the only way we can keep up. We tried to do it with the computer screen and the two. It's just yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna post the link in the chat. You all know the rules. Come up in the stream. Don't camp out. Ask the question so others can ask. Let's get it. If you want to talk to Knuckles personally, come on up in here.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about, man.
Come chat with me. Yeah, I really appreciate this opportunity.
Well, that's what we like to do. We work strictly with independent artists. We don't react to mainstream because they already got a record label. What they need us for?
It's true.
You know? So, and once they get a record label, they become fake.
That's also true. If they're getting paid to be fake.
All right, so the first one we got is Mr. Million Mile Club, Mr. MMC. What's going on, MMC?
Hey, Knuckles, what's going on?
What's going on? How are you, MMC?
I'm doing good. You said that you owned Fighting Bulls and everything was in the circuit, and you were a clown and everything, right?
Well, I didn't own them. I worked for the person who owned them. Yes, but I worked for a rodeo company.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Michael Smurf Horton down in Mineral Wells?
I have not.
Into the he was entered into the 2013 Clown Hall of Fame.
No, I have not.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering, since you were worked in the circuit and everything.
No, yeah, I hadn't kept up with it to that sort of extreme. No.
Okay, well, I just wanted to know if you knew him and everything, because I know his secret. When we were growing up in Little Hardy County, Florida, we had a junkyard that kept a Brahma bull in there, and the game that we like to play on weekends when we got stoned and drunk and everything was go out there and take on the Brahma bull that they used as the guard dog.
Well, that's the best way to learn is on the farm. You can always learn better on the farm than the arena.
Hell to the no.
I grew up out there in Hardy County, Florida, that used to have it's known for cattle. They had more millionaires for cattle and citrus industry and everything, so I was wondering about that, and I connect with your connection to the rodeo and everything, and I love the music. I heard Cowboy Boots and Shorts 5 years ago when it first came out, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. That's a trend.
That's awesome, man. I really appreciate it. Well, I don't know if it's a trend necessarily, but it's something to be laughed at. That's for sure.
well, people don't realize, in the country lifestyle, man, when you work all week, when it comes to weekend, man, you don't want to wear your blue jeans when you go to the creek or the lake, because when you roll them up, you got that boot cut. It gets tight around the damn knees.
That's right.
So you wear the shorts with the boots.
Yep.
Can't go without the Brahmas,
It's hot out there.
All right, man. I love your music and everything.
I appreciate it so much.
I'm going to jump off of here.
All right, man.
You have a good night.
No, you too. Thank you so much, MMC. Thanks,
MMC. All right, so the next one's going to be American Dilly. Now, American Dilly is an actual rapper. He's also in the Navy, and he's also a reactor. He actually did songs with Jelly Roll back in 2012, a.k.a. David Frost. And my man's in uniform. What's going on, Dilly?
Oh, he's cutting up.
Dilly, come on, man.
Oh, man, they're going to get better service at the military there, man.
Is Uncle Sam paying for that?
Is that a meeting you're doing, y'all?
It sounds like something Uncle Sam paid for.
He's teasing now.
Yeah, I can't hear him. Okay. Well,
you gonna drop out and fix it?
I'm cut off.
Yeah, he's gonna cut off.
Okay.
Now, while he's doing that, I worked a few rodeos with the job I do, man, and man, I watch him. The ones I've always watched had younger kids, like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. And man, they get pumped up, get on them bulls, man. I'm like, shit, man, we want to jump up on one of them.
Well, see, okay, so I'm not the rodeo clown. I dressed up as a rodeo clown for my music video, but I am always the guy who opens the gates. So I'm down there and I have to do this stuff to save the cowboys too. But I'm not the first person that throws himself in the line of fire.
Right.
So
I'm just saying, when I watch them get on, man, they get themselves all pumped up.
So
they get their hand
so here's the thing. So I just recently quit working for the rodeo. So about 2 years ago I quit working for the rodeo. So 5 years before that I worked for the rodeos.
Right.
I've been on one bull, and I'm not built for that. That's just not. It's little bitty guys, man. My shoulders are too big. That bull took one step. I can ride horses that buck, not necessarily bucking horses, but I'm really good in the saddle. It is not.
I watch him get on them bulls. I'm like, shit. Let me get on one of them bulls. Let me do it. But you know, as it's me talking, I know it would never happen. I probably slammed up against the fence somewhere, but
that's what happened to me. I got slammed up against the fence. So, but yeah, bucking horses and stuff I'm good with. Any young colts I can ride. I mean, I don't mind riding. I can ride horse, and I can rope and do my thing. I won 7 belt buckles in 5 years. So not necessarily the best, but I got belt buckles that I won. So that's cool.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Did he make it up in here?
Dill, are you there?
Well, he's got the screen.
That's that daggum military internet.
It's Uncle Sam.
Yeah, Uncle Sam. They took that money and used it somewhere else. Sent it overseas.
All right, so we got Scott.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's going on, Scott?
What up, Scott?
Hey, what's going on, Knuckles? Hey, just wanted to jump on here and say, God bless you. Your music's amazing. Keep up the good work.
I appreciate it.
And also, God bless your father, and thank him for his service to our country.
Thank you. I
appreciate it. And I understand what you're going through, because I just recently lost my dad about a year or so too. So I mean, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard losing a loved one. So
daily, every day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yep.
So
I appreciate it, man.
Man, keep up the good work, man, and keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
Alrighty, guys.
I appreciate your support. Scott, make sure you go to his channel, hit that subscribe button.
Already did, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Take it easy, guys. Yep.
All right,
have a good one. Yep.
It's still always humbling. Like every time my wife gives me so I'm not famous, obviously, but my town has 100,000 people here. Lawton Fort Sill is 100,000 people. So I'm famous enough that I'm famous here in town. So like when we go somewhere, I'll be at Walmart and someone will be like, Knuckles, and they come running up, and I give them a hug, and I'm like, what's up? And they'll stand and talk to me for a second, walk off. My wife will be like, who is that? And I'd be like, oh, I have absolutely no idea who that was. I just want to make sure they felt loved. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So, and I did this one time on my verified page. People always think because it's verified, I'm a celebrity. Surely it's not me running the page. And so this one kid was like, oh no, nobody actually runs their page, And I was like, you really don't think this is me? He's like, no, I'm sure it's not. It's like, so I took and wrote his name on a piece of paper and took a picture of myself holding a piece of paper with his name on it. And I sent it in the chat. He lost his mind. He started sending a million messages. I was like, oh my God, bro, let's go fishing. Oh, this is so cool. Like, it was just the coolest thing. Cause I was like, man, I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a dude. So anyone who thinks I'm a celebrity, I want to make sure they think I am the absolute coolest, most down-to-earth celebrity they've ever met. Because at the end of the day, I'm just a dude. You know what I mean? And everybody knows I'm just a dude. My wife hates it.
I'm sure you have to do autograph. I'm sure you get some crazy.
Oh, yeah. No, I sign autographs
in some crazy places,
Well,
can you sign on my boobs right there?
Well, I mostly just my wife's boobs, I guess. I've had to sign. I don't know that I've had to sign in other weird places, but
whoa.
Lots of T-shirts, I suppose. Things like
I heard
that.
That's tough.
I think I made her take a picture one
people
time.
They're signing, signing an autograph, and people want them in different places and all that.
Foreheads, even.
Yeah. Who else we got coming up in here, Tim? Anybody else? Anybody want to come up in here and ask
technical
any question?
Are you there, Dilly?
He's still troubleshooting.
Dilly, are you there? Guess not.
It might turn his iPhone off. He might have an iPhone.
Well, I got an iPhone. I'm Team iPhone. Team iPhone's fine. I mean, Team Android's fine too. It doesn't matter. I can work on any of them.
Stacy Yotters, I checked my IG. I don't see anything.
But
this is the part, the technical difficulty part is always the fun. Like I'm thankful that we live in a day and age where we can even do this, where we can broadcast a live show from our houses and have people join us and stuff.
That's right, man. That's what it's all about.
But it still goes bad. And then you complain and you're like, oh, well, the technology is not as good as I wished it was.
Yeah. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I start doing my reactions. I mean, mine will start freaking cameras start focusing, unfocusing. I'm like, good Lord mercy, that thing we're fine all day today. Now I get ready to do a reaction, it messes up.
Yep, every time.
Can't get the lighting set just right. I'm like, screw it. Go outside and do something.
Does anybody else want to come up in here? Yay to the nay.
Yay to the nay.
Yay to the nay.
Going once. Going twice. Well, I guess not. Well, look, Knuckles, man, I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely, it was a good time.
This was a blast. I hope that you come back. I hope you.
For sure.
Invite you to come back on.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys just let me know when. We'll schedule it. I like doing shows like this because I can't do it from the house. These are the good ones.
I'm gonna try to do another song on you, get another reaction up and stuff.
Oh, go for it.
I just I didn't get to today. I was gonna do one today, and I said I gotta get my new computer up going.
And I appreciate it. I will get to sharing them. Yeah, I haven't even watched the one of yours. I watched 3. I think the big truck one I haven't watched.
Yeah, Tim's is better than mine, so everybody watches his.
Well, I thought yours was hilarious. My kids were like, "What's that man saying?" I started dying.
Woo!
Because I was like, look, guys, look, they're doing a reaction video, and they all just looked at me, and then one was like, what's he saying? And I was like, you can't understand him? And I started rolling because you were moving so fast.
Hold on now, you got me daggone wondering. Hey.
I ain't gonna lie, I got some kin folks from California. They cannot understand nothing I say.
And my kid, when I get to the Boomhauer thing, man, dang no, man, I get to do it. And my wife was like, "What'd you say? Why don't you slow down, boy?" And I'm like, "All right, hold on, let me slow down." It's because when I get to going real fast.
Right.
She says I do it when I get nervous and I get live. Yeah, she's like. And also, she says there's a word I say too much, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or something like that.
I did pause it once and say, could you hear that grasshopper fart? Something like that. I can't remember. I think when you had that bonfire going by the lake there, it was like nighttime or something.
That was funny. I thought it was great.
You got me intrigued now. You got me intrigued now. We got to watch this.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Big D.
From Nashville.
Yeah, man, we back at it with another reaction video. Hell yeah, today. They're laughing at my Hollywood glasses.
You don't. I like the Hollywood glasses. I normally have glasses on.
Man, and name of the song.
It's YouTube's gonna hate us again.
Oh, come on.
It's all good. Yeah, it was funny. That's what it was. You were like, "Yeah, man, it's good." And then my wife was like, "Is that Boomhauer?" And I was like, "That's great." I thought it was great. I was like, "No, that's that real country." She tells me whenever I get like when we go to the rodeos or something, she's like, "Y'all just be speaking a whole nother language." I'm like,
let me tell you, I got English. I got some friends went to New York and they got lost. And they went in Walmart to ask them questions. And they so country. I mean, they're country. And this woman got mad at the cashier because he was just trying to ask for. She could not understand what he was trying to say.
Yeah, hey, Knuckles, this is a true story. One night we were live, right? And we were on a different channel. And this guy from England, he was a soccer player. And every time Mikey would talk, he was like, "Oh my God." And in the chat section, he was like, "I just love his voice.
Yeah.
I just love his." So he turned his camera off, right? He's like, "I'll be back." And he turned his camera off. The guy started spazzing out. He's like, "Where'd he go? Bring him back. Bring him back." I was like, "Bruh, you got a daggone, somebody's got a man crush on you."
I started feeling uncomfortable about that.
Yeah. So I was like, "Yeah, we're about to drop an album here real soon." The guy says, I'll pre-order right now. When y'all gonna drop it? I was like, "Oh shit, Mikey got some man love going on."
That's great.
That's crazy.
I love it.
It was hilarious as all get out.
That's fantastic.
But I just wanted to thank you for coming on here.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you guys, man. All of the love has been amazing. Thank you so much.
Hold on, we got somebody about to come on here.
Oh, who we got?
How you doing, Brenda?
Doing all right. How about you all?
Hello, Brenda.
Hello. You said that you was addicted to meth. My son is. How did you get off of it?
I went to prison.
Well, I don't want him to do that, but he has a 1-year-old daughter, and he just I don't know what to do with him. I just don't.
So I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Methamphetamines requires some sort of intervention. It like addiction to a substance like that requires some sort of third party rehabilitation. It needs you've got to have some effort put in. He's got to want to do some classes. He's got to want to ask for some help. He's got to want to make sure that his daughter is more important than his addiction, and that normally requires somebody else to help you do that. It's just honestly, man, it just as an addict, speaking as an addict, there's no way in hell I could have done it on my own. I went to prison and I took some classes while I was in there, and I made some decisions, and I started, I met Jesus. Like, it's a long process, but it starts with somebody else helping. He cannot do it on his own. I guarantee you.
I really don't know what to do. He shoved me, and I had to call the law to him because he hurt me bad. I'm already on a walker because I have back problems, and I was dumb enough to let him come back again after putting him out for a month and a half.
Well, it's because you love him.
Yeah,
but at some point, it's called enabling. And at some point, your love is just enabling his addiction, and that's not helping him. That's not actually loving him. If you actually love him, you got to let him fall down and bump his head. Trust me, because my mom did. My mom let me go to prison. She let me fall down. She let me bump my head. She tried to help me a whole bunch of times, and I kept spitting in her face, basically.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm just, as an addict, I'm telling you, it's not gonna change until he fucking makes the decision for it to change, and that's not gonna happen until he makes that decision, and it's gonna have to be somebody else that helps him. You're not gonna be able to do it because you're his mama, and he's always just gonna be able to use you for what you're worth because you love him unconditionally. I encourage you to get a pastor or a friend, an uncle, a brother, a firefighter. I don't encourage you to use the police just because that's probably not the right angle. That's not help necessarily. I don't necessarily think that prison was the only thing that could have changed me. I think that, I could have made some efforts, but I would have had to do some classes. I would have had to go get sober. You've got to fucking go somewhere where you can't get meth for 30 days. Like, you have to go to a place, because if you stay in a house where you can call somebody to bring you some, you're going to get some, period. Right. You have to go to a rehabilitation center, period. There's nothing else that I can say about that, is that you have to break the chain of using that substance. So you're going to have to get someone involved. And I know it's tough. I know it sucks.
Yep. She muted.
What's that, Brenda?
So I said, sorry about that.
It's okay. No, you're fine. I totally understand. Believe me, my mama cried many nights over me. I'm sure of it. You know what I mean? If she was here, she would say it. But again, the best advice I can tell you with someone who's been there is to get somebody involved, get a third party involved, get a pastor, get a friend, get an uncle, get someone older than him that can be a figure that can help. A sponsor is what he needs. I mean, but I'm not saying he's going to go jump into AA meetings right away. And I'm not even saying jumping into AA meetings right away are the answer, but I am saying getting some guidance from someone other than you is what's going to be needed.
And you also got to have that want yourself.
He's got to want to, but you're never going to be able to lead him to that want. It's going to require someone else to trigger that. Yep. I mean, so
that's facts.
That's straight facts right there, man. I can only imagine.
Yeah. Woo, boy, you not only you spitting bars in your song, you spitting bars in the stream, my man.
Well, I mean, like I said, I was a youth pastor too, and I still do public speaking. I go to schools in the area. I've been invited to several schools to do speak outs and stuff. Like I said, I'm against drugs now. I'm anti-drug. You know what I mean? Right. I'm not. I mean, I don't care. You know, adults make decisions, but I teach against children. Even it's something like alcohol. I mean, I'm not anti-beer, but I'm anti, 15-year-olds running around drinking beer. You know what I mean? Like I preach it the same way. That you've got to just, as a kid, you should be focused on learning what you need to do as an adult. And you can't do that if you're trying to be an adult when you're a kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? So drugs and alcohol are a lot of that.
That's facts right there.
That is true.
I don't know if she's still on or not, Tim. I don't know if she jumped off or.
Brenda, you still there? Yeah, I think she jumped off.
I think she fell off.
Yeah, I think she might have lost signal or something.
I think my wife was saying to share the link again.
Oh, she gonna come up here and dog you out?
I don't know, probably. Yeah, she said to get on the chat.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Miss Kitten.
She's gonna be wild. You putting her at the bottom of your page now.
Oh no, she's not. She's for other people.
Oh, okay.
That's funny.
There you go. It's posted.
But now you gotta have that want to, man. You just can't have people just say, hey,
yeah, I mean, so I could immediately see just the love there. You know what I mean? But love's not enough to get someone off drugs. I know, because my mama loved me a lot. And right. it didn't get me off drugs. It didn't cause me to put guns down. It didn't,
they had a reality show out with people on drugs and stuff, and I thought that was pretty interesting. But
yeah, intervention.
Kids put their parents through money and trouble all the time. And
I always watch the intervention shows because people can turn their lives around, And again, I don't think that you have to be a perfect person. I mean, obviously, I think that's where a lot of people get it messed up trying to become Christians. They think you have to be perfect or whatever. But
right.
And it's the same as life. I still drink too much sometimes. You know what I mean? That doesn't make me a terrible person. You know what I mean? But what I'm not gonna do meth. Right. So, I mean, at the end of the
that drug has affected a lot of people's life. I mean, it affected my family's life. My youngest daughter, unfortunately, she was on it for about 2 years, and what got her clean? She went to jail.
Sure. That's what I'm saying. It takes a life-changing decision. Cocaine is the same way, crack, heroin. I mean, meth is just what I experienced in my personal life. But any of these strong, addictive substances like this, these are drugs, To me, beer, marijuana, these aren't drugs. These are things that, we as a country need to understand differences. And even drug addiction, we need to handle it differently. Prison isn't always the answer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes rehab could be the answer. Sometimes prison is necessary just to get people's lives. And, sometimes you break the law to a point when you're on drugs that you got to be punished for something else. I don't ever like, I regret going to prison, but I use it for the right purposes. Like it changed my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't regret who I was. I don't regret the fights I've been in. I don't regret the things I've been through. You know what I mean? Like, I've done hurtful things to people. I regret that. You know what I mean? I regret all the people I robbed at gunpoint and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, those are the things I regret.
And I feel like you have to go somewhere like that, because if you go to anybody's house or somewhere like that, it's always easy to pick that phone up, have them bring it to you, or go pick it up. When you're in prison, you ain't gonna get it, or wherever, or jail, or whatever.
Yeah, you have to go choose to get sober. You've got to do an inpatient program. I don't believe that outpatient programs work, just because you got to break the cycle. You're addicted to this substance. You got to break that 30 days. You know what I mean? Like, and that really, once you get clean for 30 days, then you will get to the ability to see and really realize how stupid you've been. You know what I mean? Because when you're on the drugs, you don't even realize. I mean, I've done things that I would have never in my right mind done when I was sober. You know what I mean? I've stolen money from my mama's purse. You know what I mean? Like, I would never in my life, I would do anything now to take care of my mom at this point in my life. You know what I mean? But there was a time when I literally stole money out of her purse to go buy dope. I was 16 years old. Like, it's crazy to think about, like, just how that person may not be the person you love anymore because they're that person under addiction spell. You know what I mean?
I've never tried it, never done it. I don't know anything about it, but how does it actually make you feel when you I guess I don't I'm sure you feel like Superman. You feel like you can probably fly.
Yeah. I mean,
the world. I don't know.
I mean, that's all you can say is that it's just like any other drug. When you first start doing it, you feel like Superman. You know what I mean? Right. But then over time, and that's why in my chorus of my song, I say, she's so sweet and so seductive. When she's with me, I'm so productive, because meth, most especially, is a speed and it's an upper. So boy, like ladies love it because they clean the house. Guys love it because it makes them work hard. You know, you can go tile a whole house, you know, you can go frame up a whole house, like boom, you can work 20 hours a day, you know? So, and that's the thing of it. But then over time, well, you can't work 20 hours. Now you only work 18. Well, now that same amount only lasts 12 hours. Well, now it's 6 hours. Well, now I need 3 times as much just to feel anything. Well, now I can, you know, so then it's just, you know, it's just any other drug. It finally catches up with you, you know,
man,
like
crazy, man. Heck yeah.
It's tough, man.
Tim, what you got on your mind over there?
No, I was just looking at something somebody sent me. So is your wife going to come up in here?
No, my wife wasn't. She was telling you to post it. Oh, wait. She said there's someone in the waiting room, she said.
Oh, there is? Oh, yeah. Snap. My bad. I apologize.
I ain't got no control over that.
Okay. They're in the waiting room.
I'm coming. I got him right now.
Yeah. She said it's not her. My wife only goes on camera when she's had lots of preparation.
Oh, I heard that.
What's your name?
My name is Shayna.
Shayna. How you doing, Shayna?
Hello, Shayna.
Hello, Steve Knuckles.
This is my sister-in-law.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You don't want to show yourself?
There you are.
There you go.
That's funny.
All
That
right.
must have, I was wondering why.
Request for you.
You have a question for me. Okay, what's the question?
Well, it's not a question. It's a request. For my birthday, will you sing me a verse?
For your birthday, will I sing you a verse?
Yes.
From what song?
Anything. It's just for my birthday.
Anything for you for your
One
birthday.
of yours.
Oh, one of my songs. Okay, because I was sure about to sing like Kumbaya or something like that. Because that would have been much more fun. So, all right, so let's do this. All right. You said for addiction?
Yes, one of your new ones.
No, didn't you? You weren't on earlier. We played Sweet Addiction.
Man,
you missed out.
It.
See,
all right,
you missed out.
Let
me just sing something. So let me just do a rap. I always do this rap.
So before you get started, is today her birthday?
Yes, today is her birthday, and today is my youngest son's birthday.
Well, happy birthday to him.
He's 6, and I'm not going to say how old she is because she's a lady, and you're not supposed to do that.
That's right.
Well, thank you.
That's right.
I'll
So, all right, so let me wrap something off that I can remember from my head. Okay, so I'm a monstrous rhinoceros stomping through all these ostriches, plotting on holding hostages, starting with all the artist kids talking like they the hardest shit. It's obvious you couldn't see me through binoculars. Why you watching this? Atomic bomb and this probably start the apocalypse. The rap game's full of pussies like gynecologist college is. To use your common sense before you face the consequence. I leave your body oddly displayed like a collage of walruses. I put my all in this. It's obvious. All right, let me stop. All right, there's the verse for you.
There you go.
Well,
boom,
thank you.
for your birthday. Happy birthday.
That's the best birthday present she got.
I hope you had a great birthday.
Oh, you know, I got
I know.
I'm enjoying it. They got the kids. We're awesome.
Awesome. We had the
now he said that's $20 for a cameo.
$20 on Cameo.
That's right.
That's normally what I've done. Birthday requests. I've done Christmas ones. Like, yeah, do whatever people want. I don't mind.
I seen you do a Father's Day one for a soldier that was overseas.
I did that. I did one. I did 2 for a guy in Australia. I did one. He liked it so much his family wanted him to get another one, so that was cool too. So I like that.
Okay.
Well,
I hope you have a great birthday.
Yeah, Shayna, we hope you had a great birthday.
I did. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Very welcome.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye. That was cool.
All right, so we got Brenda Looper back. All right, Brenda, you're back.
Uh-oh, no sound.
Oh no.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Are you there? We can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. My son kept calling through, and finally it just cut us off completely. But that I was talking about. But I do appreciate everything you've told me. Thank you very much. And your music is awesome.
Well, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
I really like it because service people do not get enough praise, and they should have all the praise.
Well, it's tough how that's come around to be that way.
I think Trump's going to turn it around for everybody. I do.
Well, hope you're right.
I do too. I really do. But it seems like
Brenda,
he's doing what he said he was going to do. So I believe in him.
We're going to keep you in our prayers, and we're going to pray
thank
for you and your
so much.
son.
I just needed to find out for myself.
Yeah.
And I'll keep watching your videos.
Thank you.
They're good. Church is still up there, number one, though. I can't help it.
Nothing wrong with that.
I love Ryan.
You know, I rep Creek Squad all day, so it's all good.
So I love him. I love him. He's so real, and that's what I like about people. I don't like these fake stuff. You seem to be so real like him. So
I always tell people that the reason Church's people love him is because he loves them. Like, I've literally seen him take his boots off before and give them to someone. Like,
I have to.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, literally like that. He's the greatest. Like, yeah.
He is. He's been giving money right and left to people that they said they needed it, and they've been taking advantage of him. So he is awesome.
I have the most respect for him. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your words.
Thank you so much too.
Feels good. Thank you.
Hey, Brenda, before you jump off, Tim wants to tell you something.
Okay.
I was gonna say we're gonna keep you and your son in our thoughts and prayers, and pray for you. That I hope everything works out.
Absolutely.
Did you hear me?
I don't hear him at
Brenda,
all.
did you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. She can't hear you.
I can't hear Tim at all. I can hear both of you, but I can't hear Tim.
That's interesting. Well, he just said he wanted you to know that we're going to keep you in our thoughts and prayers.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we hope things work out. So, like I said, you should get someone to get in there, get a third party in there, get someone to talk to him that's not you. So,
yeah.
Well, bless you all.
You too. Have a good one.
Thank you,
Have
Brenda.
a good night.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night, Brenda. That's sad, but sometimes that's life. At the same time,
life is a roller coaster. You know.
Yep.
We get one ride, so
that's it. Well, look, we don't want to keep you much longer, but I just want to say thank you, man. You are definitely a special guy. I want to keep on reacting to you.
I appreciate it. Well, I'm going to be dropping
if y'all have not
music every month.
If y'all have not been checking out Knuckles, you should go to his YouTube page. It's called Knuckles Rap TV. And where can they find you on Facebook? Is it the same thing?
So at Knuckles Rap on everything else. So we're down in the corner there at Knuckles Rap. So it's at Knuckles Rap on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. It's even my Pokemon Go name. So literally everything is Knuckles Rap, except for my YouTube channel. I made it Rap TV because I thought that was smart when I started back in the day.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. In hindsight, it should have just probably been Rap too.
Yeah, y'all go check him out. And y'all make sure y'all smash that like button.
Smash the like button.
Yeah. Subscribe to his channel.
Do all that stuff.
And he came out with a new song today with Leroy Big, so you want to check that out because I will be reacting to it this weekend.
Yes, and it is good. So there's a lyric video on the page.
Where Tim does his thing, before he jumps off here, I got to say one thing because I got one guy in here. He always loves it when I do it. So here we go. Yeah.
That was a damn good show.
There we go.
Nice. I got to get a soundboard. He just reminded me.
I just want to do that for Jason JV, man. He always does that, man. So,
well, Knuckles, much love to you and your family. Y'all stay safe. God bless you, and thank you for coming on. And you keep grinding, my guy, because 2021 is going to be your year.
I'm trying. I appreciate it, man. I'm out here. I'm working this year. This is the year I'm pushing. So God bless you guys, man. Thank you so much.
If there's anything we can do for you, just hit us up. And if you ever want to come back on and push the message, just let us know.
Absolutely, man. You guys just keep doing your thing. I'll keep sharing y'all stuff too. So
I appreciate it, brother.
We appreciate
thank
it,
you.
man.
All right,
have a good night.
All right.
All right. So you still there, Tim?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Are we gonna go live? We're gonna shut this knob and come back live again?
Yeah, but what'd you think?
I dig it, man. I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig his music, man. I need to listen to some more. I only listened to what we played tonight and that one I did on the other day. So I need to check out some more of his songs. So
y'all need to go check this guy out. I'm telling you, this guy is real. He can spit. The way the words come off his tongue, he doesn't force his rhymes. Like I said, that B song, he was actually spitting on actual facts, things life that he's done. So you should, if y'all support him, I appreciate it. Just go over and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let him know that I sent y'all over. Let him know that Mikey D sent y'all over there. Show some love, and let's help this guy get big up, get his numbers up there, because we need to help out artists like this, because these are the ones that going to get us through our tough times through their music. So
right, that's right.
All right, so we're going to take a 15-minute. Let's see. I got 10, 15. We'll say 10:35. We'll take a 20-minute intermission. We're going to come back with another live stream and do our thing that we do on Friday nights. You know how we get it.
Right.
So it's going to be raw dog. So
we liable to be talking about anything. So
the uncut version. And if you got thin skins, don't come back again.
That's right.
All right, Triple T, you know the deal. Be kind to yourself, love your family, love your neighbors, to include your enemies. Do unto others as you wish them to do unto you. And as always, God bless you and God bless America. I'm Triple T with my main man, Big D, right here. This is the guy right here.
That's me. That's me.
And we'll see you on the next Friday Night Live Triple T and Big D show.
All right. Yeah. All right, Triple T. We'll holler at you in a few minutes.
See you in 20 minutes.
All right, buddy. See y'all.